to 833-898-0500.
Dennis Prager here, inviting you to join me for a very memorable travel opportunity. Mike Gallagher and I are headed back to Israel next October for the Stand With Israel tour. Join us along with our trusted partner, Inspiration Cruises and Tours, as we tour Israel and show you Israel's significance on the world stage. Visit standwithisraeltour.com to register or call 855-565-5519.
Portions of the following show may be pre-recorded.
AM 560, The Answer.
Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560, The Answer.
I'm coming in hot. Coming in hot, just like the fajita. I write what I live, my life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
Welcome to this week's edition of Black and Right Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio. You know, I thought about it long and hard about taking off this week. I had a really rough week. This was the I guess the finality of everything. And then I watched my son's homegoing again, and it about wiped me out this entire week. So I thought long and hard, but then I thought about how cathartic this coming into the studio is. I love when I come in here and how it just motivates me, it gets me going, especially when the troublemaker, brings up something that gets my juices flowing, and we start getting into arguments about it. And I looked at everything that was happening around, not just here in Illinois, but around the country, and I said, I got to get in. I got to get in because, and I'm going to call him out really early. Phil and I, and Valon did not partake in Phil and I's back and forth about what's happening in Georgia. With Phil thinks Herschel Walker's dumb as a box of rocks and things of that nature. And it got me to thinking about why I left the Democrat Party. And, you hear so many people say, well, I didn't leave the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party left me. And that's true. I've been in both parties. I was a Democrat, come up through the Chicago machine. And I remember, and there's a complete difference and distinction between both parties. I'm going to tell you what it is. Every time I was in Democrat circles, I was way back in with Gus Savage, Congressman Gus Savage, and when Mayor Daley was the mayor, and it was Chicago politics is rough and tough. I'm going to tell you right now. But the one thing that I have heard, or the one thing I saw while I was in the Democrat Party, it was never really about people. It was about power. It was about getting that power no matter what. And some of the conversations that I was privy to and listening and watching, because if you know me, one thing I do is I watch. I'm an observer. I listen, I watch, and I want to see who the power players are and things of that nature. And I'm going to tell you, I know a lot of people think that Republicans don't care about people, but the circles that I've traveled among in Republican circles, I've never heard them speak about power. But it was about people. It was about policy. It was about how do we make people's lives better. And I think you saw that, and you've seen that the last couple of years in how we've done our own elections. One party believes, they don't want to talk to the voter anymore. They don't have to, because they devised a scheme that will get them in power, which is what they seek, at any and all costs. And I've seen how Republicans, they really do care. And that's one of the reasons, I think that's one of the reasons why way back in 2000, I believe it was. Yeah, 2000. 2000 was when I started my shift. I've been in the Republican Party now 22 years. And I would hope the Republicans never lose that part of where it's about people. and not power. But I also think the Republican Party has to wake up, because we're gonna lose the greatest country in the world if Republicans don't get off their high horse, get in the trenches, and get their elbows greasy and dirty. I love this state. I love this country. And I will do everything I can to make sure people really get just the greatness of this place we call home, United States of America. As I looked across all of the different articles that I will be discussing today, San Francisco says there's 97 genders. G20 pushed the vaccine passport. There's after school Satan Club in California. I said, I got to get here. And Verlon and I have to discuss, especially with the power shift that's happening right now. Thank God, the one great thing about November 8th is that we no longer have to call Nancy Pelosi the current Speaker of the House. That's a huge victory. That's a huge win. With that said, I want to welcome back my friend who was on Color People Time today, the Troublemaker.
What's going on now? I was here at least 10 minutes early. The door is locked.
Yeah.
Yeah, the door is locked, and I don't know a way around the garage, but you mentioned so much, and I got it all written down, and I got it memorized, but you mentioned San Francisco and all the genders. Well,
yeah, you want to start there?
Well, we can. It's I don't know how many letters they identify as now, but all of those letters are getting paid now. They're all going to receive.
But the $1,200 a month stipend?
Yeah. So, the agenda is clear, but we got so much to talk about, man. I mean, the biased media, the media is so biased. I mean, we report on both, but the left-wing media, they won't report on the GOP and what their agenda is and what they're about to do
not.
As far as investigating Biden and the sex trafficking, the wire fraud. They won't even mention it.
No.
I was forced to look at CNN like for the last few days at work, but yet they want to talk about Fauci and the special prosecutor and investigating Trump. Now, all of the stations that we conduct as far as the conservative media, they report both.
Right.
See, so it's the agenda is in, but they're going to be forced once they indict. Well, they can't indict. Then once they look for articles of impeachment
on Biden.
Yeah, on Biden, they're going to have.
You think they're going to do it?
Oh.
I think it's going to be Marjorie Taylor Greene. What do you think?
Well, she's all in. I don't know, because you got Jim Jordan, you got all of them. They're looking for blood, and they have to. See, Ricky was trying to give me some advice a few days ago, talking about they shouldn't do it. They're gonna lose the party. They're gonna lose the next election if they try to. They're gonna go down bad. And I told him, listen. I told him, stick to advising Democrats. I love it when Democrats try to advise Republicans on what they should do. Let me tell you something. When someone like McCarthy has a cushion, I know you're gonna go there, but if he would have had like 20-seat majority, maybe he could have been soft on a lot of this, or slow rolled it. But now that it's very close, the conservative caucus has a lot of power, and they're gonna get what they want, and that's impeaching Joe Biden.
Well, especially was it Comer? Representative Comer and Jim Jordan? Yeah. I believe it was Comer who said it, and we got some of the audio. We can play it later. I think it was Comer who said, we're not going to subpoena Joe Biden. Well, after they do the investigation, they just might have to subpoena Joe Biden, right?
They will, yeah.
And so here's my question to you. Here's my question to the audience, 312-642-5600. That's 312-642-5600. Does subpoena have its same power now that the House is controlled by Republicans? Remember, Democrats, subpoenas were everything. Yeah. Steve Bannon got sentenced because what did he do?
Steve Bannon.
He didn't listen to their subpoena. Remember?
Oh yeah. He said I don't have to. I don't have to.
So, but now that Republicans have the gavel, will subpoenas now have their same power that Democrats said it had?
Yeah, it'll have the same power. I mean,
you think so?
Yeah, they're not gonna thumb.
Wait, hold on. Eric Holder.
Yo, he was the attorney general.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They wanted Trump, right? Yeah. They wanted to subpoena Trump. And then we got a lot. You're right. We got a lot to get into because, I mean, now think about this. This Think about this. What's his name? I just went blank. DOJ
Okay.
director. What's his name?
Merrick Garland.
Merrick Garland.
Yeah.
Okay. Valon. So now they're going to shift all that from the J6 committee to a special prosecutor.
God.
Don't fund it. I wouldn't send a single solitary penny to that.
I'm so glad you brought that up. Now, they raided the man. They subpoenaed the man. They got all the information that they want. They've been looking over it for months. Now, remember, the FBI, the last letter is investigation. You telling me out of all of those investigators that they've had, nobody could find anything and they need to give it to a special prosecutor? Right. How many times are you going to give it to a special prosecutor? You had Comey the first time, looked over everything. He didn't find anything that he could send him to jail for.
Well, this is about the documents at Mar-a-Lago.
Right, document. I'm just saying.
Two.
They had all of that. They've had it for months, and they can't indict him. They can't indict him on anything.
Yeah.
You had Mueller. He couldn't indict him on anything. Now you're gonna have this new guy.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It is a witch hunt.
A new guy who is a witch hunt artist. We'll talk about that when we get back. You're listening to Black and Right Radio on AM 560 The Answer. Hey, guys, go ahead. Share all the links. We're on YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook. Share the links. Give us a call, 312-642-5600. Mitchell, Mike, I'll take you right after this break.
Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson.
Lori Lightfoot inherited lemons and she made them into fentanyl. You know, I know the murder and the mayhem and the exodus of companies and jobs and terrible schools.
289 kids shot this year.
I know, you know, but I just can't stay mad at her. I mean, she's
so cute.
She's having so much fun. She's so charming.
Start your day with Chicago's Morning Answer. Weekday mornings starting at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, Doctors Economos, Gavalis, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidisciplined practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology, such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930. That's 630-830-4930. Or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
I'm a physician. I've been in practice for 40 years. And when I started taking this, you know, I don't like medicines, and I probably have taken more people off medicine than I put on it. And so I looked at it, and it's pretty much a natural element. And there's no question in my mind, knowing a lot of patients, that people my age, 60 and over, do not eat right. And they certainly don't get the appropriate nutrients through the vegetables, fruits, and things like that. So I think that it supplies the building blocks that your body normally would use to heal itself. And if you don't get them, you don't heal right. So it's amazing. I mean, I'm doing what I did 2 years ago.
Start your journey to better health. Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com to get free shipping. And don't forget to get 35% off your first preferred order by using discount code CHICAGO.
Dr. Gorka here, and I want to talk to you for a minute about 100% drug-free Relief Factor. I've been taking Relief Factor for years now to help me deal with pain in my body. My wife takes it as well. The reason we tell everyone we know about it is simple. We found it really works to help our bodies fight off the inflammation that causes aches and pains. Whether it's the pain of injuries you've sustained or just the natural pains from the mileage over the years, Relief Factor can help. I've never looked back. Almost 70% of the more than 500,000 people who have tried Relief Factor end up ordering more. That's because it works for them the way it works for me. Isn't it time for you to get out of pain? Your first step to becoming pain-free should be to order the 3-week quick start for the discounted price of only $19.95. Go to relieffactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF to find out more about this offer. That's relieffactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF. Feel the difference.
Let's get it to him, baby girl. Hey. That's right.
Black and Right continues on AM 560. Once again, here's John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio with the troublemaker himself. Let's go straight to the phone lines. Let's go to Mike, who's on the road. He wants to talk about Comer's remarks. Mike, welcome to Black and Right.
John, for one, good to talk to you again. This is your old friend, Mikey. I really want to talk about these remarks that Comer made as it relates specifically to the human trafficking piece. Now, what I want folks to understand, and I want to have a conversation about, is that this is a multifaceted charge, right?
Yeah.
So we're looking at trafficking, and not only across the border and planes landing in the middle of the night all across the country, dropping kids and adults off and to, quite honestly, seedy places. But we're also talking about, when you look at 800,000 kids in the United States are trafficked every year. 400,000 of them are found. And so when you look at that and you look at what the Biden administration and Hunter and his goings-on have been involved with, I'm telling you that this is probably one of the main things that I think Comer and the Republicans are going to follow through with.
Yeah.
And with that, I will leave you to comment.
I would agree. Thanks so much for calling us, Mike. Because I think it's becoming such a scourge on our nation, this human trafficking. And I think that's the one part that's not really discussed enough as it relates to the immigration crisis that's happening across our border. What do you say?
That's true. And I'm gonna one up that. Joe Biden is involved in corruption in over 50 countries. So
What?
that could be sex trafficking.
Okay. Joe
Biden, he's been doing business since he was vice president.
Okay.
In over 50 countries. So that means he's been making money with his son.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now you're making it.
Yeah, doing all kinds of stuff. It could be sex trafficking. They already said wire fraud and the business dealings.
Yeah.
And then how many times he got 10% kickback.
Right. I mean, we'll talk more about that in the second hour, because I do think how the House goes about doing this is going to be key to 2024.
Well, I don't think they should go willy-nilly like the
the Democrats.
Yeah, they should be very methodical.
Yeah.
And then just.
But I say, you know what? Use some of the tricks that they learned from the Democrats, from Nancy Pelosi being Speaker of the House. Go after it. I'm sorry. Go full throttle.
It wasn't really Nancy Pelosi. It was Adam Schiff.
Yeah,
it was that guy.
He
was just she went along with it, but he was the liar.
Right.
He was the one that kept saying, he was the one on TV more so than anybody else saying, we have the evidence, and didn't have anything.
And I love what JCK_93 on Rumble says. Trump could have got Hillary, but he passed. He could have got Biden. He could have started something on Biden, but he passed. Mm-hmm. And playing nice sometimes with these folks is not a good idea. Let's go to Mitchell from Des Plaines. Mitchell, welcome back to Black and Right.
Hey, what's up there, John Zerlon? How you guys doing?
What's up, Mitchell?
Zerlon, how do you expect to have any logic coming out of Hollywood? Okay, Ricky Hendon is a very nice guy. He's more of an independent than he is a Democrat, number one. And number two, he plays both sides, and he's a great manipulator. Okay, I'll just leave it there. Basically, with regards to, John, you talk about the systemic problem of corruption with Democrats. Well, why don't you go back to FDR, okay, and see how the elite on the East Coast, all the money comes from New York. Okay, that's where the Clintons got all their money. It does not come from California. It comes from New York. And when you come from the Ivy League schools, there's this elitist attitude. The Kennedys went to Harvard, where the Bushes went to Yale. Okay, and they're the exact same families in terms of how they operate. So you're asking or begging the question in a rhetorical manner, why have the Democrats failed so many times? Well, look at Jay Daley. Look what he did, guys. Well, how do you think Kennedy gets elected in 1960 over Nixon?
Yeah.
He has every ward voting multiple times, dead people, and Cicero, voting multiple times. You have Sam Giancana. That mentality, Daddy-O, has not stopped.
Well,
and it's gotten worse.
I got a question for you, Mitchell. Do you believe they stole the midterms? And if not, what reason was it that they did as well as they did? I mean, we still got control of the House, but they did better than expected. Why did they win as many seats as they did if they didn't steal it?
Okay, so Verlon, that's an excellent question. First of all, when the stakes are high, they're going to do whatever it takes to win. And with these ballot harvesting across the country, that's what's going on here, Daddy-O. And what they really learned in 2016 is that when Trump got elected, you got to understand that Hillary Clinton, she lost all the perennial swing states, and she was already cheating.
Right.
She totally buried read Donna Brazel's book and how she basically stole the election, the primary from Bernie Sanders. So the fact of the matter is they're going to do everything in order to maintain power. And they knew that there was a massive, what I call, and it was a rebound effect because of all the states saw all this crime, all these carjackings, and you mean to tell me that you got a trained walrus in Fetterman that was trained by SeaWorld, and he opens up the debate saying, hello, good night, and he's not quoting a song, Daddy-O.
Yeah, that's it.
This guy is shot.
Thanks so much for calling. I don't think it was stolen in the sense of people of how people have used that word. I think they've built a system through the legislative bodies to game a system, and if Republicans ever want to win again, I'm sorry. Like I said, they're gonna have to get in the trenches.
You know what? I've been listening to a lot of shows. Number one, Mike Gallagher on this subject, and your boy Brandon Tatum, and they said, listen, what the Democrats are doing is legal, and we're gonna have to start playing the game the way they do it and do it how they do it. We can't just show up on election day and vote. We're going to have to start ballot harvesting too. I know it's not something that Republicans do, but they're going to have to start doing it.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Let's see what our buddy Al from Rosemont. Al, welcome back to Black and Right, brother.
What's going on, Al? Ain't heard from you.
I know I finally caught the show at 4 o'clock and stuff, and I apologize for not chiming in.
What's going on?
But I do want to say this. I want to say this, John, on record, that I just hope God ease your heart over time over this, situation that's unimaginable.
Thank you, brother.
So
appreciate that.
And I'm on with you and stuff, and it's just so unfortunate.
Yeah, thanks, brother.
Number two, Verlon, I don't know if you're gonna be able to put 50 countries of prostitution on Joe Biden's desk.
I said, he might be involved in some of those 50 countries in prostitution, but we know it's corruption. I mean, the man was doing business deals under Obama's nose. He's corrupt. So we know he was doing corrupt. And just Ukraine alone, he did a quid pro quo on national TV. Fire this guy, or you don't get the $1 billion.
Yeah. Now that was shocking how that didn't resonate amongst the people.
And the subpoena power is still strong today as it was yesterday.
You think so? You think Democrats are going to abide by it, though? They have a track record.
They coming in.
Look, this is exactly what's going to happen. He's going to get impeached. It's going to go to a 50-50 Senate. And it's nobody. I mean, they're not going to reach 60.
Hey, but what if they?
So that's just it.
What if it does though? Because they want to get rid of him.
Yeah, but they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it because they don't want Kamala any more than anybody else. So they're not going to do it. But I've said this years ago on this show.
One more point.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mitchell's on meth.
Leave Mitchell alone.
But I've said
he's always popped up. I love his energy.
But I've said this.
Thanks so much for calling out.
Every president for the foreseeable future, maybe about one or two more, will have to wear impeachment as a badge of honor. That's just how it's gonna go.
Yeah. See, we've talked about this, Verlon.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about should the Republicans file impeachment. And I think I'd be dishonest if I said they shouldn't, because I think the Democrats and what Nancy Pelosi and the likes of Adam Schiff and what's his name, Swalwell, and all these people, they've changed the structure of the House of Representatives.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they've used it as a weapon.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that we will probably do more damage to the institution.
Well,
if the Republicans did just do it right now.
Well, you wanted them to do it before they took power.
I did.
They're doing it exactly the way I said they should do it, and this is the way to go.
Okay. Yeah. Let's continue to talk about that.
All right.
You know, because I do want scorched earth. There's a part of me that wants scorched earth, and there's a part of me that wants the statesman. We'll be right back.
Would you like to have your mortgage or rent paid for all of 2023? That sounds like a Christmas miracle, doesn't it? Well, that's exactly what AM 560 The Answer and Cabino Environmental Field Services, LLC, want to do for you. Go to 560theanswer.com/miracle to enter our Christmas Mortgage Miracle Contest. Enter once per day between now and December 21st. That's 560theanswer.com/miracle. Sponsored in part by TJ Stearns and by the Pride Stores, not your typical convenience store.
Fox News, I'm Karen McHugh. Tragedy this morning in Raleigh, North Carolina. An accident in that city's Christmas parade where an out-of-control vehicle towing a float struck and injured a young girl. The child was rushed to the hospital. Her condition is unknown at this time. In neighboring Georgia, both Republicans and Democrats remain in full-on campaign mode ahead of the December 6th runoff between Democrat Senator Raphael Warnock and GOP challenger Herschel Walker, who has the backing of Republican Governor Brian Kemp.
He will go and fight for those values that we believe in here in our state. And that's why it's time to retire Raphael Warnock and send Herschel Walker to the United States Senate.
Democrats have maintained their majority in the U.S. Senate. America is listening to Fox News.
Turbulent times call for clear-headed insight. That's hard to come by these days, especially on TV. That's where we come in. The new Salem News Channel, the greatest collection of conservative minds, all in one place. Home to the people you trust. Dennis Prager, Mike Gallagher, Sebastian Gorka, and more. Refreshingly honest, always unfiltered. Streaming free on your TV 24/7. Intelligent analysis for intelligent people. Find what you're looking for at snc.tv. That's snc.tv.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, Doctors Economos, Gavalis, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidisciplined practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology, such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930. That's 630-830-4930. Or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
Hi, it's Amy, and it's time to join the millions of Americans who've changed the quality of their sleep with MyPillow, if you haven't already. You know, our friend Mike Lindell has a passion to help everyone get the best sleep of your life, and he didn't stop by simply creating the best pillow. Oh, no. Mike created the best bed sheets ever. They look and feel great, which means an even better night's sleep for me, which is crucial for my busy schedule. Right now, they're offering the best deal on his bed sheets. You can get a set of bed sheets for as low as $29.98. The first night you sleep on these sheets, you will never want to sleep on anything else. Trust me, these sheets are ridiculously comfy. This is a special offer for my listeners, a set of bed sheets for as low as $29.98. Go to MyPillow.com and click on the radio listeners square and use promo code Amy. You will also get deep discounts on all MyPillow products, or call 1-800-489-0201 and use promo code Amy.
Next time you're in the office, look around and see the paper accumulating and the filing cabinets taking up space waiting to be filled. You want the paper gone, but dread the time-consuming scanning process? Well, with IoT Smart Connected Scanning, it's never been easier to turn physical paper into digital documents and have them directly uploaded to the cloud. The need for PCs, cables, and tedious application software is eliminated. Anyone can set this device up in 5 minutes or less, saving your organization money, valuable time, and the hassle associated with IT. Remote employees can capture documents and send them seamlessly. This technology is adaptable to any environment and uses a hotspot without compromising security. If your goal is to organize documents efficiently and securely, IoT Smart Connected Scanning from IDT is for you. To see a demo or order now, go to ready4idt.com. That's ready4idt.com. Use promo code SMART and receive 10% off your order. IDT, putting paper in its place.
Hi, this is Carl Amari.
I'm Lisa Wolf. Join us every Saturday night beginning at 8 p.m. for all things entertainment on Hollywood 360.
If you love classic radio shows, The Shadow, Jack Benny, The Lone Ranger, Dragnet, Gunsmoke, and many more, we have them for you on Hollywood 360.
We'll also present trivia contests with prizes, showbiz news, celebrity interviews, games, and movie reviews.
So don't miss Hollywood 360 every Saturday night beginning at 8 p.m. on AM 560, The Answer.
Back to Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560, The Answer.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio on AM 560, The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio with the Troublemaker. If you guys are watching on the feed, you see me with this tie-dye sweater on. Still don't know who sent it to my house, but somebody from Heartthrob Access LLC sent me a very nice, it has a heart, a broken heart, and then my son, John Boy's name on it. So whoever sent this to my house, it must be somebody we know because you have my home address.
And they didn't give you a card or nothing.
It was just a card, but nobody's name was attached to who sent this sweater.
That's cool though, man.
So
people thinking about you.
Yeah. Valon, I got a surprise for you. Chelsea, first time caller to Black and Right.
Hey, I'm glad you explained the sweater thing because I was going to make a comment on that.
It's you know what? And the great thing about it, you know, if you're looking on the feed, it looks like it's a lot of room because I've been losing weight for long.
Yeah,
it's a lot of room, and look at this. Look at all this room. I'm very excited about that. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chelsea.
That's great. I was going to ask you what was behind the thinking of deciding for that shirt today, but now I know, so I think it's great. Now, hey V, what's going on with you?
Valon, she's talking to you.
Oh, I'm doing all right. I had to work last weekend, so I didn't get a chance to see the premiere of Black Panther, but me and some family members.
I did. We can talk about it.
We're going to see Black Panther today after I get out of the studio. That's why I'm wearing a little bit of half of my traditional African garb.
Oh,
because
I was
okay
considering going to that, but I thought since I'm white, that wouldn't work out too
well.
Oh,
okay.
I've been hearing the stories about how we're not supposed to be going to that movie.
No, there was a woman that actually said the first week, white people, let the black people go first, then you can go the following week.
Oh man,
I got to find it out. I'll look for the audio.
I didn't hear anything about that.
So what's happening, Chelsea?
I don't want to die, so I haven't gone yet. But no, hey, I was just saying how there is no way in hell that we're going to win the 2024 unless we start playing the Dems game.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing everything in their power from now until then to get cheating, get ballots, do what they need to do. We're not going to win. It doesn't matter how great the candidates are or how great the campaign is. We're already done.
Yeah. You know what? I've said that. I read from an article last week that discussed that as well. I mean, we're going to have to get our elbows down into the trenches and get dirty. I'm sorry. You know, we got to come out of these country clubs and stop having all these parties and stop. While we're having our meetings and gatherings, Democrats are out there knocking doors, and they may not be doing debates and things of that nature, but they're still working. They develop, especially here in Illinois, they develop a heck of a plan to go after early voting. I read off all the numbers last week, and Chelsea, I agree with you. We have to figure out a way to combat that. If we don't, elections are over here in this country in certain parts of elections are over in certain parts of this country.
So you really believe that the fix is in? I mean, we can't win.
Thanks so much for calling, Chelsea.
You don't think that if we play the game the way they play it, early vote, just get out and early vote at your convenience and mail-in ballots. You don't think we can play the game as tough as them? I don't.
When you have, as reported in Arizona, somebody dumping in, 9, 10 ballots at a time, I don't see Republicans willing to do what's called ballot harvesting.
Well,
I don't see that happening.
Well, we don't know if I guess those ballots was legit. They had lawyers and they had poll watchers looking over the people that was counting the votes' shoulders, the ballot shoulders. So no improprieties was reported. So I don't know.
Yeah, let's go to our boy Tom from Blue Island. He says mail-in votes don't matter.
Yeah.
Hey, fellas, how are you? Berlin, John.
How's it going?
So guys, this, and I think, Berlin, you were the one that said, or I don't know which one, about Brandon Tatum and Mike Gallagher, and I heard both of their shows on this.
Right.
This defies the idea of one vote, one person. If it's legitimate, there can only be X amount of votes. Otherwise, it's fraudulent. There's no way election. Wouldn't you guys think by this time, in just one election, a Republican would have won at the end of this? But invariably, what happens is the Republicans up. They have a number of votes until the Republican loses and they call the race.
Yeah.
In 2018, Katie Hobbs, when she ran for Secretary of State at the end of Election Day, she was losing for Secretary of State, and the AP even called the race. And then all of a sudden they said, wait a minute, no, this race isn't called yet. Yeah. And they found enough votes, and you guys, this is going to blow your mind, guys. She won by almost the exact same amount of votes that she beat Carrie Lake.
Wow.
These elections are being stolen. So you're right. Maybe Republicans should get mail-in votes and stuff. But until the mail-in and absentee vote is straightened out to where it's legit, they're just going to keep stealing elections.
Yeah. I mean, and therein lies the problem, right? Republicans are not in these positions of power, especially in Secretary of State positions, where they can, and especially in the houses of the state legislative houses. We have to regain those powers, because until we do that here in Illinois, Milan, I'm going to say Illinois is lost. I'm sorry.
Oh, good. I'm glad you admitted that. This is the true corrupt state. It is lost. But I have a different take on what Tom just said when we get back.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks so much for calling, Tom. Tina, I'm going to take you right after the break. You listening to Black and White Radio on AM 560 The Answer. We'll be right back.
Remember to eat your fruits and vegetables. We all remember these words from our childhood. But how does anyone have time to buy, store, prepare, and eat enough healthy fruits and vegetables in our busy lives? Balance of Nature keeps it simple. Our produce is powdered after an advanced vacuum cold process, which stabilizes the maximum nutrient content. The produce is then mixed into a scientifically researched blend designed with your body in mind. Once these blends are encapsulated, they are packaged and sent right to your door, so you can get all the benefits of a colorful variety of fruits and vegetables every day. Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. Go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-2468-751. And don't forget to get 35% off your first order as a preferred customer by using discount code CHICAGO.
Transform your garage with the leading epoxy flooring, garage cabinet, and organization company, Garage Experts of Chicagoland. Hi, I'm Dave Molinaro, proud owner serving the Chicago area, installing our Garage FX flooring and cabinet systems since 2017. Our products are industrial strength and able to withstand the wear and tear of Chicago's harsh weather, and are completely customizable to fit your needs and lifestyle. They're also easy to clean, low maintenance, and will wow your neighbors, friends, and family. We provide in-home free estimates at your convenience, and we are so confident in the quality of Garage Experts epoxy flooring and cabinets that we will back it with a lifetime warranty. With over 100 5-star Google reviews, you could rely on me and my team to provide you with the highest quality service. Learn more by visiting our website at garageexperts.com/Chicagoland. Let's transform your garage today. Once again, that's garageexperts.com/Chicagoland.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
The Biden family sought businesses in. On the international side of the Biden family business, the deals were often led by Hunter Biden. And that map there behind the play shows all the countries where the Bidens had a footprint in international business dealings. The investigation reveals a family that engaged with some of America's most powerful adversaries, planning to sell one of the largest sources of cobalt for electric vehicles in the world to the...
Welcome back to Black and Right. Me host John Anthony Villan. I think that proved the comment you just made, right?
See what I'm saying? We do our research over here.
Yeah.
but I want to respond to Tom from Blue Island. I got a different take on it because, okay, I got a question. Do you believe that New York is just as corrupt as Chicago when it comes to voting?
Yes.
Okay. We flipped at least 4 seats. I believe it was 5, but at least 4 seats in New York. Without those 4 seats, we wouldn't hold the House right now.
That's true.
So I have a different take on it. I mean, I just think that we need to, go a little harder when it comes to mail-in ballots and stop being so stubborn when it comes to showing up and voting just on the day, being patriotic. Hey, if that's what you want to do it. But we got.
That's me. I'm a same-day voter.
We got to hit them in every angle. But I got a bigger view. Okay, Dan Prov. I'm sorry, I'm gonna call names. Dan Prov, Sean, and all the rest of them kept on talking about crime. They kept talking about inflation, economy. Number one, black people used to crime. 50 years, hardcore crime.
Ouch.
When it comes to inflation, a lot of people get food stamps, so it's not affecting them. And when it comes to economy, all black people care about is making more money. I'm gonna go into that more in depth in the last hour, but my other question is, how do you win without the black vote? And that's going to be in the last hour as well. Yeah. But my comment for right now with Tom is, abortion cut through every last issue that we were talking about.
Everything.
And I'm going to point to 4 states. Kentucky is a red state, right?
Yep.
They voted to keep abortion.
Yeah.
Now it's in their Supreme Court right now. We never know what they're going to do, but the people, they put it on the ballot. They want abortion. Okay, we just flipped Virginia because they was going after the kids, right?
Right.
They voted to keep abortion.
Yeah.
You would have, now we flipped. It's about purple now.
Right.
But okay, now.
Hey, get to your point because I got a call I want to bring on.
Kansas, red state, they want to keep abortion. Michigan, they want to keep abortion.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something. People have this view of they don't want crazy anymore. They don't want hard right, hard left. They want civility, and they think this is the middle ground, and it's decent.
That's why the pivot should have been talking about parental notification, where that passed across the country. Taxpayer funding in some places. I agree with you. I think I played it last week. Amy was right about her bet with Dan, that she said abortion will be the #1 issue when it comes to the voters, and she was right. But let's subpoena everyone. Tina, come talk to me. How were you subpoenaed? What happened?
Guys, hi there.
How's it going?
You know who this is, Valon?
Our Tina. Oh, what's going on?
It's Valley Creek.
Oh, my girl.
What's going on?
Okay, so you guys just touched on something. It's crazy that you said it, Verlon. I was at a party last night. We had a Friendsgiving with a bunch of us who are involved politically and work together.
Was that last night?
It It was last night.
Oh.
Well, I invited you to my Christmas party.
Okay,
That's
okay,
in December.
okay.
Verlon, you're invited as well.
Cool.
But so I was talking to a buddy of mine who's black conservative, lives on the South Side, and we were there till 2:00 in the morning chatting about what went wrong in the in Chicago with the governor's race. Verlon, he said the same thing. Black people are used to crime, and Bailey was talking mostly about crime, and it went in one ear and out the other. He said what they want to hear is what are you going to do about my property taxes? And
oh God, I'm over here just moving around in my seat. Listen, I
wait, let her finish.
Oh,
and schools with a 30% literacy rate in Chicago public schools, up at the highest point and down to 11%, and at the lowest point. They're used to crime,
Yep.
which is a horrible sentiment.
Yeah.
And it's terrible. It's hard to even admit that, but there are other issues that the black community feels are more prominent and wanted to hear about. And this trans stuff that's getting pushed into kids, even the folks on the left in the black community disagree with it.
I agree.
They're not okay with it.
I definitely.
So
I
yeah,
definitely agree with that.
you hit that was the exact conversation we had last night. Crazy that you brought that up, but what I was really calling about was I want to see every member of the Biden family. I want to see the guy who walks their German Shepherd. I want to see everybody subpoenaed. I want to hear from Fauci. I want to hear from Comey. I want to hear from Brennan. I want to hear from Burke. I want Hunter Biden, the ambassador to Kyrgyzstan. I want him sitting there, and I want all of their testimony on record, every single bit of it.
Yeah.
And this, to me, this is a test for the Republican Party. We sent them there to do this.
That's right.
And they better know that. They
That's right.
better know that. We want to see, I don't want to use the word revenge, but we want to see karma. That's what we want to see.
Oh, that's my word.
Exactly.
Thanks so much. And Tina,
Exactly.
we got to go to break, but thanks so much for calling, man. The phone lines are blowing up. Eduardo, Michael, John, Glenn, Jim, hold the line. When we get back from break, we'll take your call. Valon,
I told you.
You said it.
I said it on Mark Vargas' show.
Yeah.
Somebody from Sean's show called in and admonished me about talking about higher wages for black people. I told these people, I think it's a white dude thing, and I'm telling you, I'm going to talk about it in the third hour. White dudes have a disconnect from the black community. I'm going there today.
You going there?
Yes.
You can't. You and you at Dashiki?
Yes.
So you feeling your?
I'm feeling it.
Feel is getting to you. We'll be right back.
When you're serious about your concealed carry training and education and are ready to learn from an active police officer with a teaching degree, check out Illinois Concealed Carry Training in Midlothian. You'll learn safe, responsible firearm use, home defense planning, conflict avoidance, situational awareness, and how to remain physically, morally, and financially safe in the event you must use your firearm in self-defense or the defense of another. Weekday and weekend classes available.
I'm Sergeant Gary Carr, police firearms trainer and the owner of Illinois Concealed Carry Training. We'll arm you with what really counts: knowledge and training. All concealed carry curriculums are not created equal. This may be the single most important decision you'll ever make for yourself and your loved ones. Choose between 3 and 16-hour classes that are available both weekdays and weekends. We are your one-stop for concealed carry classes, fingerprints, and legal defense plans.
To register for a class or purchase a self-defense legal service plan, go to icct.us. icct.us. When your home or business has an insurance claim, the next step is very important. The claim process with insurance can be tedious, hard to understand, and difficult to navigate. You need someone working for you. You need a licensed claim adjuster. Why? The insurance company will send out their inspectors that work for them, get paid by them, and represent them, not you.
This is Dan Lights from Crosscom. We inspect your property, file your claim, negotiate the damages, and maximize your settlement with your insurance company. If we complete the repairs approved by your insurance company, our service is free. Crosscom Public Adjusters has turned denied claims into approved claims. We've also increased insurance claims anywhere from 23 to 1,000%. We are licensed by the Department of Insurance and work in Illinois, Northwest Indiana, and Southern Wisconsin. Crosscom Public Adjusters, 630-871-5500. Online at CrosscomInc.com. That's CrosscomInc.com. Crosscom, building trust for over 20 years.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Something new. Welcome back, Black and Right Radio. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio with the Troublemaker. Let's get straight to the calls. Callers, listen. We got like 4 minutes in this segment, so I'm going to need you to get to your point, because we got the phone lines are packed right now. Let's go to Eduardo from Midway. Eduardo, welcome back to Black and Right.
Yeah, guys. How's it going?
It's going well.
How's it going, Eduardo?
Stay warm here. Yeah. So what the Mr. McCarthy needs to do is bring up legislation on the voucher system right after this DOJ that's trying to investigate Trump. We have Chinese police stations across the U.S., and that's outrageous.
Wait, what?
That should be investigated.
What do you mean Chinese police stations?
Yeah, they're set up to bring back Chinese nationals back to the homeland.
Oh, you got to send me an article or something.
Yeah, it's on Drudge.
Yeah, I got to read that.
Drudge.
I definitely got to read that. That's, I mean, they're also buying all of our land, too.
Of course, yeah. Near military bases, yeah.
Yeah. That now, you talk about something that concerns me. That really concerns me that, you know, the People's Republic of China, I mean, they're buying our land. I mean, that's, if you're outside of this country, you should not be able to buy land here in the United States of America. That's just my opinion, especially near military bases. Thanks so much for calling.
We're going to lower these. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go to John from Palatine. John, welcome back to Black and Right.
Hey, thanks for taking my call.
No problem.
I just wanted to say that even if all the elections were fair and conducted appropriately, Republicans are gonna lose.
Yeah.
It's just simple math. There are more Democrats than Republicans, and they are more organized, and they are out to win, and we are just out to campaign. And the one last thing I wanted to say, does everybody remember when Hillary Clinton said that no matter what, Biden should not concede under any circumstances? That's because they knew they had it in the bag. That's all I want to say.
Thanks so much, John. And I think that's one of the reasons why Pritzker made the unilateral decisions he made, because he knew he had it in the bag. Let's go to Jim from South Elgin. Jim, welcome back to Black and Right. Also a sponsor of this radio show.
Yes, sir. Probably so. Anyway, good show, guys.
Thank you.
I sent you a little clip later on if you have time. There was the youth District 25 of Arlington Heights where they were showing the graphic nature of some things that are in these books in the library, and the people on the board didn't even want to watch it. But as far as these elections, you know, in California, the Republicans did what the Democrats did with ballot harvesting. And I heard a guy said the Democrats even sued us, but they lost in court because they simply said, you're doing the same thing that they would do.
Yeah.
So it got washed out. So we got to get in the trenches and do what they do.
That's true. And there was a pastor out in California, Godspeed Calvary Chapel, Thousand Oaks, Rod McCoy. He dumped over 1,000 ballots day of, and it changed a lot of local elections in California. Places where it's legal, go for it. That's what I say, Jim. Thanks so much for calling, Jim. Let's go to Michael from the South Side. Michael, we got about a minute. Go.
Okay, I'll make it very brief. Goodbye, Nancy Pelosi. Hello, subpoenas and impeachment. Go! I say go for it. The Republicans played nice several years ago. Remember when they had that big majority in the House?
Too nice.
And the Democrats. What's that?
They played too nice, in my opinion.
Exactly. So I say take the gloves off. Go for it. You may not get this chance again. War. This is war. Go for it.
Yeah, it's war, and it's the battle for the very soul of this nation, man. And Valon,
this is a different breed of Republicans that's going to take the gavel this time.
The only thing that scares me is Kevin McCarthy's at the top of
that.
Oh,
come on. Stop it. You owe me 3 martinis.
That's okay. He's at the top of that, Valon. Kevin McCarthy and Mitch McConnell. Well, Matt Gaetz said today he doesn't have the votes.
Who doesn't?
Matt Gaetz said today on his Instagram account, Kevin McCarthy does not have the votes to become Speaker of the House.
Oh.
That's what Matt Gaetz said.
We'll
on
see.
his Instagram today.
We'll see.
Well, we shall see. You listen to the Black and Right, Hour 2, coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
Hi, it's Sean Thompson. If you haven't heard, it's time to join millions of Americans who have changed the quality of their sleep with MyPillow. As you know, our friend Mike Lindell has a passion to help everyone get the best night's sleep of their lives. He didn't stop by simply creating the best pillow. Mike created the best bed sheets ever. They look and feel great, which means an even better night's sleep for me, which is crucial for my busy schedule. Right now, they are offering the best deal on bed sheets. You can get a set of bed sheets for as low as $29.98. The first night you sleep on the sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else. Trust me, they are the most luxurious set of sheets I own. The Patriots at MyPillow are making a special offer for my listeners. You get a set of bed sheets for as low as $29.98. You simply go to MyPillow.com. Click on the Radio Listeners Square. Use the promo code LIBERTY. You will also get deep discounts on all MyPillow products. Or you can call 1-800-489-0201. Use promo code LIBERTY.
News, opinion, insight. This is AM 560, The Answer. WIND Chicago. Streaming at 560theanswer.com. On the AM 560 mobile app. Tune in, iHeart, and on Odyssey.
Bracing for more snow. I'm Joe Chiro, Fox News. Upstate New York has been pummeled with nearly 80 inches of lake effect snow, and more is on the way. Governor Kathy Hochul in Erie County announcing an emergency declaration and 150 National Guard for the area.
We had originally been told 2 to 3, then possibly 3 to 4. 4 to 5, but we actually hit 6 inches an hour, which is why we believe we'll be making history with having the most amount of snowfall in a 24-hour period right here in the state of New York. Never happened like this before.
Hochul says there are about 1,600 power outages statewide. 3 deaths are blamed on the storm. The University of Virginia holding a memorial service to honor the lives of 3 student athletes killed in an on-campus shooting after they were returning to campus from a field trip. The university's athletics department canceled the school's final home football game scheduled for today. In Idaho, a candlelight vigil is planned Wednesday for the 4 university students stabbed to death. Police still have not announced a suspect. Former President Trump among the high-profile Republican politicians addressing the Republican Jewish coalition in Las Vegas.
We have to take the fight straight to Joe Biden and his radical and incompetent administration, and it is grossly incompetent and very dangerous. We have to push back hard on every overreach and call out every single failure, of which there are so many. And then we have to take back the White House in 2024.
The former president making the comments virtually, saying he wants to do more for the Jewish people. His comments were ahead of an in-person appearance by possible GOP rival and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
Now, your official weather forecast.
Partly cloudy skies tonight, a breeze early on, low 14, sunshine tomorrow, still on the chilly side, Sunday's high 33. Mainly clear tomorrow night, low 29. Sunshine Monday, warming up a bit with a high of 42. Clear skies Monday night and Tuesday, plenty of sun with a high of 48. I'm Sally Sherman on AM 560. The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com.
The nights are getting cooler. The sun is getting lower on the horizon every day. Winter is coming, and coming fast. Keeping your business's doors, grills, gates, and dock equipment working properly to keep out the extreme weather is a major concern. Your business can't afford a loss of income or productivity. Think ahead before Old Man Winter arrives and call Industrial Door Company of Chicago, Inc. for your commercial door maintenance and security tune-up now. You can't always plan when your doors break down, and it always seems to come at the least convenient time. Industrial Door Company will ensure your doors, grills, gates, and dock equipment are working to specification and give you advice on how to increase the life of your doors. Call anytime, 847-258-5620. Their team will be there before the extreme cold weather causes financial losses for your company and assist in your time of need. Since 1982, the Industrial Door Company of Chicago, Inc. takes care of your doors, grills, gates, and dock equipment so you can take care of business. Service and installation positions available now. Muscular work for thinkers. Apply at industrialdoor.com.
Are you looking for an interview podcast where you can be entertained and informed? Come check out our new podcast, America's Talking, to hear conversations with great stand-up comedians like Mark Normand.
Norm made you feel smarter than him, even though he was smarter than you.
As well as with leaders in the United States, like former Ambassador Andrew Bremberg.
I remember the fall of the evil empire. When the wall fell, every adult I saw was crying.
I'm your host, Austin Berg, and I want you to join the conversation on our new podcast, America's Talking, right now on Spotify.
Are you looking for a new podcast where you can get your national news from a taxpayer's perspective? Check out the America in Focus podcast featuring the Center Square's Dan McCaleb.
This jobs report, in some ways, it contradicts what I'm seeing anecdotally.
And Casey Harper.
And it's not just the economy. He has a 28% approval on the economy, but he also has 36% approval on foreign policy.
Find America in Focus wherever you get your podcasts and subscribe. That's America in Focus, a news podcast from a taxpayer's perspective.
Cable news. Noisy, out of touch, on repeat. Tired of all the lookalikes? So are we. Salem News Channel is here to change the game. Streaming 24/7, free on your TV, with the greatest collection of conservative voices. Home to Dinesh D'Souza, Andrew Wilkow, Brandon Tatum, and more. Like you, we say what's wrong and what's right. Unfiltered and unapologetic. Salem News Channel. We're the answer to the mainstream media. Learn more at snc.tv.
Portions of the following show may be pre-recorded.
AM 560, The Answer. Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560, The Answer.
I'm coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with
Welcome back. Hour 2 of Black and Right Radio on AM 560, The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio. If you missed that first hour, head over to 560theanswer.com. That's 560theanswer.com. Download the podcast. You don't have to sit through any of the commercials. You can just hear me anywhere you want in the world. I'm so glad, man. I have people to listen to me all over the world. That's a real good feeling to know that there are people all over the world that listen into this show. You know?
Talker, man.
Yeah. Well, we're a good team too.
Oh, thanks, man.
You know, I believe in giving people their flowers. You balance me out in some ways, and then sometimes I want to knock your head off, and sometimes you want to knock my head off.
That's what makes it interesting. That means
not literally, guys. Valon and I never get upset with each other when it comes to red.
Black Velvet, yes. See, that's why I love Pete, man. Pistol Pete.
That says red.
No, stop it. Stop it. I changed it. I changed it.
You gotta find Black Velvet. So it's anytime you want to play, once you find it, play it anytime you want during the show, because he did come to Freedom Summit with a black suede shirt. It wasn't velvet, right? It was suede, right?
I said
it was suede-ish.
Suede-ish. It's close enough to velvet.
Let's go back to the phone lines real quick. Let's go to Larry from Oak Forest. Larry, welcome to Black and Right. Great point.
Hey guys, love to talk to you. I just wonder why did the Republicans allow themselves to get so boxed in on such a radical view on abortion? I mean, why didn't they go more with we're okay with it in cases of incest or rape or endangerment of the mother? It just seemed like I live out here in the southwest suburbs, and Peacock was a great candidate. You know, he was anti-crime. He opposed the governor and the vaccine and stuff, and he lost. And I just don't get it. I don't know why that's all I saw. All the election term was abortion. This guy, that guy, whatever.
Yeah, Larry, I'll tell you this. Republicans are afraid to tackle that question, first of all, because of the Republican base, especially here in Illinois and across the country, for that matter. They don't have an answer. Saying that I'm pro-life and they don't really tackle the issue. If I was running for office here in the state of Illinois, you know what I would have said to the people of Illinois? There's nothing I can do about changing abortion here in this. Although I'm pro-life, there's nothing I can do to change it, even as governor. There's nothing I can do. It is the law of the land in the state of Illinois. You know, and because we talk about abortion in terms of numbers, we don't talk about it in the sense that these are real people. These are real women that are going into these abortion clinics. Some of them crying. Some of them don't want to do it, but they've lost all hope. And we don't talk to that emotional aspect of abortion and how it's personal, it's deep, it's hurting, and we talk over women when we deal with abortion. And it's hard to talk about it because should you ever run again, you know, the Republican base will hold that against you. And
Right.
you talk about that a lot as far as the purists when it comes to dealing with these tough issues. And it's tough. Listen, man, I almost said something. It happens to so many people. It's happened to me twice in my life where I had to, when I was a younger kid, 2 women got rid of babies. I didn't want it, but you know what? Also, I did not demonize who the decision they made. You know what I'm saying, Milan?
Yeah.
So I've had it personally happen to me.
And I'm gonna come at it this way. Okay, Larry, you have the hardcore base that they don't care. They're gonna go balls to the wall for what they believe in. They're gonna down that hill. Like I was listening to the Morning Answer. I don't know if it was Wednesday or Thursday, but Dan Proft posed the question. Okay, well, if you give in on this issue, what issue do you stand for? What do you stand for, period, as a person? And then he had this black lady on his show. She was a guest. And she said it's hard to tell conservatives to push their principles to the side for any issues. That's why I said this last week, and I'm saying it this week. It's a permanent fracture in the Republican Party. Because smart politics, you would have did what John just said. You would have just said, okay, that's, you know, it's the Supreme Court has ruled on it. It's a state's issue.
Right.
That's it.
And that was they missed out on that messaging too.
Yeah.
That we did not get rid of abortion.
Right.
It was not getting. Guess what? We sent it back to each individual state to make the decision about how best the state wants to deal with abortion.
Right.
Not the federal government. I don't believe in this whole federal. If I was running for Congress, I wouldn't vote for a federal ban on abortion. I'm sorry. Hate me, call me, send me all the hate mail. I would not. I would not vote for a federal ban. I would allow each state.
Right.
And guess what? If you're in a state where abortion is a law of the land, win the races.
Right.
If you're in a state where abortion is not, win the races.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we just missed. Look, Greg Hart ran for DuPage County Board, pro-choice, yet still lost.
Mm-hmm.
Still lost.
Right.
He still lost. So stop talking about these issues as if it's all so robotic. These are real people having to making tough decisions that they have to live with for the rest of their lives. Can we start having those conversations?
That's true.
I don't know, and I'm sure I'm going to get some calls about that, but that's okay. I'm a big boy. Let's go to Glenn from Oak Brook. Glenn, welcome to Black and Right.
Hi, guys. I hope you're doing well tonight.
Yes.
I wanted to make a comment about Verlon's statement about the votes of black people who really are not affected by crime or poverty. So crime is not a black or white issue.
That's right.
Crime is a good person, bad person issue, okay, and whether you have the ability to function in society. In our rule of Constitution, or our document, it says life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. If you are in a criminal environment or poverty, there's no way, excuse me, you're going to pursue happiness.
Ooh, good point.
There's no way, or life or liberty.
Good point.
Okay. So I just want to bring that up, that, and in fact, when the government pays you money, it's legalized slavery for everybody. It doesn't matter what color you are.
Yeah.
Okay. I got now you
Wait. Before you finish, before you go, Blexit from YouTube basically made the exact same point Glenn just made. Go ahead, Valon.
That's fine. But the bottom line is, all right, when has the last time you went into the black community and talked to black people about any black issues?
It was probably about 6 months ago.
You go to the black community and you just like a barber shop or a beauty shop or whatever, not the grocery store, and you not just talk to one person. I'm talking about a group of black people.
mad.
Because it's a disconnect that white guys have. He's preaching Constitution and all the rest of the stuff that Dan Proft and Sean Thompson teach. Black people don't care about that. You just heard Valkyrie call in and say she was there with a bunch of black people, and black people agree with everything that I just said. I'm gonna tell you a little something, brother, and it's no disrespect. I grew up black. I know black people better than you, and I know black issues better than you, and I know more black people than you.
How you know this? How you know Glenn's not black?
Listen. Just like they know when we talk on the phone that we black. Yeah, we ain't got to be caught up on those type of issues of what voices sound like. But the bottom line is, dude, black people don't care about that. Trust me. I lived it. I lived on the south side of Chicago my whole life until 10 years ago when I moved to Indiana. Dude, somebody get shot at the corner, we went and looked at the dead body. It does not matter.
Right. Okay, Glenn, go ahead.
But what is it then that you want out of life?
Okay.
Do you want something to be the same, or do you want things to get better?
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. Black people, this is the one issue that, because it's always going to come back to reparations or slavery. You're going to get a whole history lesson, okay? But I'm not going to do that. Black people want higher wages. If you can't talk to the middle class blacks, working class blacks, working poor blacks, you have no message. Because black people feel like this: if they make more money, they can power through anything. They can uproot their family and move to a better community or another state. If you cannot help black people achieve higher wages, and I don't give a damn what white person say I'm talking stupid. If you can't help them make more money, they not listening to you, bro. It's just that simple.
All right. Glenn, thanks so much for calling. We got to go to break. You sound mean.
The third hour is here now.
I was about to say, they pushed you.
Yeah, the third hour is here now. Wait till I come back from break. I'm going there
now. You guys done got Berlin fired up, ready to go. Janelle, Tony, especially because you guys are both talking about their abortions, please hold the line. We're going to take your call when we get back from break. You listening to Black and Right? I'm John Anthony. He's Troublemaker, getting ready to cause some trouble. We'll be right back.
Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson.
Lori Lightfoot inherited lemons and she made them into fentanyl. I know the murder and the mayhem and the exodus of companies and jobs and terrible schools.
289 kids shot this year.
I know, but I just can't say. I just can't stay mad at her. I mean, she's
so cute.
She's having so much fun. She's so charming.
Start your day with Chicago's Morning Answer. Weekday mornings starting at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, Doctors Economos, Gavalis, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidisciplined practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology, such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930. That's 630-830-4930. Or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
My wife and I have been health nuts for 35, 40 years. I've always been, literally biking, swimming, skiing, yada, yada, yada. Always looking for something different. The day I took this stuff, that following morning I woke up and I went, whoa. It was like the missing link. It was just fantastic, and we haven't stopped taking it since. My wife feels basically the same way. It's the single thing that changed us and convinced us that this stuff is the best thing going.
Oh, it's done a good job. I've got a lot more energy. I'm 78 years old, trying to stay alive, and I don't eat right. This helps me get better because I get a balanced diet, and that's very important. I love Balance of Nature.
Start your journey to better health with Balance of Nature right now. Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com to get free shipping. And don't forget to get 35% off your first preferred order by using discount code CHICAGO.
Dr. Gorka here, and I want to talk to you for a minute about the 100% drug-free Relief Factor. We all deal with aches and pains in our day-to-day lives, and I have had my fair share, including injuries like a detached quad muscle that I can tell you fell into the category of really bad pain. But I've been able to manage the pain by taking Relief Factor. It helps your own body to attack and fight off sources of inflammation, the source of most of our aches and pains, and I've loved it for years now. Almost 70% of the more than 500,000 people who have tried Relief Factor end up ordering more. That's because it works for them the way it worked for me. Isn't it time for you to get out of pain? Your first step to becoming pain-free should be to order the 3-week quick starter pack for the discounted price of only $19.95. Go to relieffactor.com, call 800-4RELIEF to find out more about this offer. Feel the difference.
And now, more Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Switch your attitude. Go ahead, level up yourself. This that different latitude.
Welcome back. Black and Right Radio on AM 560. The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in the studio. Troublemaker, we got to get into it. I have all these Saturday Night Live clips lined up. Listen, Dave Chappelle is an artiste. And I want to, we'll take the calls, and you can bring your hour 3 up to hour 2. But I definitely want to hit this Dave Chappelle, because he has a way of delivering on tough subjects like I don't think I've seen. I mean, name another comedian. Richard Pryor, maybe.
Maybe.
Dave Chappelle has taken it to a whole nother level. Let's go to the phone lines. Here come trouble, Villan. Janelle.
What's up, Janelle?
Oh, hey now. Hi, John.
Hey.
Hi, everyone. Hey, so I got one thing to say. The Republicans are so disappointing on so many levels. What I want to know is, when this abortion issue comes up, why don't they ever bring up a few things? Number one, Margaret Sanger saying that black people, these are her words, should be extinguished like weeds. If you don't know who Margaret Sanger is, she was one of the founders of Planned Parenthood. This has absolutely nothing to do with women's health. People need to start telling the freaking truth. The other thing is, the older that baby is, but when, the reason why in Illinois we are now allowed to deliver a baby, abort a baby on your due date, is because they need those baby parts. It is huge money. They're never getting rid of abortion, ever. Because you know what? They're all in on it. And even the Republicans, there's not one part of me that doesn't believe that they are all part of the team. You know what happens? They go like this. Hey, all right, Joe, you vote yes. You're going to vote no. You guys are going to vote no. Okay, you're the majority. All right, you guys vote no. We're going to all vote yes. But guess what? At the end of the day, they all get that lab payout. So that's all. Don't get me started on that. The other thing, the Dave Chappelle thing, okay, I want everyone to go down this rabbit hole, and you will come out a different person. Go to Great Awakening Report. Everybody who's listening, greatreport.org, and look up Fall of Cabal. They're short. There's like 26 parts. They're like 15 minutes each. You will literally be so much smarter than you were when you started.
All
and
right.
I guarantee you will learn something. All right, guys, have a great night.
All right, thanks so much.
I want to
Janelle.
respond to it.
Go ahead.
Wait,
really quickly. Really quickly. But I've had conversations with black people about Margaret Sanger. They tell me I'm a liar.
Well, the black people I talked to just didn't know.
Yeah, they said, no, that's not true.
No, they didn't know.
Yeah.
They knew after time, because I'm going to tell you, the talk show hosts, they have been hitting this for years. Now, in the last 6 months, up before the election, nobody talked about Margaret Sanger. They feel like people know already. But this is a black and white problem, because black men feel like, well, they're not the ones having the baby, so they don't have nothing to do with it. White men don't go into the communities and educate. Black and white women, half of them, think it's their right. So you will not win on that issue. I said it earlier. The states want civility, and they think the middle road, either letting the states decide.
Certain states.
Letting states decide, and letting women decide between women. They feel like men don't have anything to do with that issue, and to hear a man, like some of the men that we know, come down on them harshly, and even tell them they have to have a rape baby, doesn't come off well.
Yeah,
that's why.
And then you almost you almost re-victimize them.
Right.
You know, when you have that type of conversation with them, and I mean, dude, abortion is a very it's a third world, and it's tough. It's really tough because at one point you want to save the life of that child that you know that it's life. You know it's life. You know it has a heartbeat. You know it has brain activity. But on the other end, how do you tell a woman what she can't do? Listen, I'm gonna say it this way: abortion. When it comes to abortion, I am pro-life. I don't want to have to pay for it. I don't, Valon. I don't think taxpayer money should pay for it. An adult should be able to do whatever the heck they want. That's what I believe. I really believe that. I'm a little libertarian when it comes to that issue. And as much as I want to save that child's life, that adult person has the ability to make that decision. Let's go to Tony in Portage. Tony, Portage, Indiana.
Yes, sir.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine. The Republicans gave this election to the Democrats.
Why would you say that?
How so?
Everything was about abortion.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I said earlier.
I supported Jennifer Ruth Green,
a
beautiful, smart, black woman, to be my congressman. And because of Lindsey Graham opening up his mouth and saying we need a federal law against abortion, that just made it wide open for the Democrats. And because Miss Green is pro-life, they used that against her.
Yeah. That's all they had against her, too.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm sorry. The Republicans gave it away to them all. Because if they ever stop, if any of the news people ever stop and ask Miss Green about abortion, she would say, I am pro-life, but let me tell you, I want to be a congresswoman. The state of Indiana has the right to dictate what happens. I don't have the power.
Right. Thanks so much, Tony, for your take on that. Let's go to Craig in Mount Greenwood. Craig, welcome back, brother.
John and Verlon.
What's going on?
Very good to talk to you guys. And you got a great guy there on the lines there, Squirrel Hands, man. He comes from he's good, man.
Yes, he is.
And, oh, yeah. And there's another one, too, Honey Bunny. She's another good one. You get her next time. Anyways, listen, you guys can't be beating yourselves up too hard on, with regard to the elections here in Illinois and Chicago and all that kind of thing too much. And what I mean by that, a lot of folks are saying, we miscalculated and everything like that. And then I agree with all this stuff about where the abortion would have hurt the vote and everything. But I know for sure the shenanigans that have gone on here in Chicago and in Illinois with the voting, the election stuff, it's been going on forever, and they've got it down to a science now. They've got it down to an art.
They do.
And no matter what we do, and no matter that the abortion thing and everything else is just smoke. It's not it. It's not the reason. It's the shenanigans is the reason. There's never going to be anybody that we want here winning any elections here as long as we have voting machines and all these other things that they do, all kinds of stuff with the absent ballots and the late ballots and everything else. They got it all. They got it all figured out.
Hey, Craig,
they
do.
Go.
Craig, I got a question for you. Why are you so calm when you call John and me, but when you call Sean, you just revved up, ready to go? And because I know why, because you scared he's not gonna let you get it all out, and then we're gonna let you get it all out. But I just want to know, is it because you're talking to two black guys or what, man? I mean, you're real calm when you call us.
You are very, very. You pick up on things. No, you know what? No, I'll tell you what though. No, when I talk to you guys and that, I usually do have a little more time.
Yeah.
It's the host, man. It's the host. Come on.
And we love you, Craig, man. I'm telling you, man.
Hey, I'll tell you what. You guys are smooth. You guys are smooth. No, the way you cover things in that, and almost like a tag team kind of thing and everything, it's really good.
Yeah.
You guys got a very good dynamic going there. I'll tell you.
Craig, tell the truth. It's the host. It's the host.
Oh,
tell the truth.
you guys are, listen, of my favorite 3 hosts, and I call in the Amy and Dan Law.
Yeah.
I got 3 favorite hosts and everything, okay?
Yeah.
And okay, now you got a guy working on lines that's from the other host, and then there's 2 of them I'm on line with right now. That's my top 3 hosts right there.
I appreciate that.
All right.
Thank you so much, Craig. Our boy Phil has called.
I know.
We're going to take him after the break, though.
He's ready to switch gears.
And Phil's going to help you with your third hour coming up to the second hour.
Yeah.
Because I think that's going to be very important. He wants to talk about Sanger, Chappelle, and CRT. And Phil, I probably want to keep you on the line because I want to go through the Saturday Night Live skit with Chappelle. 7 is what 1, 2. I don't know if we will get through all of them, but because the number 6 audio clip is very long. I don't know. We'll see. I'll play it through the break and see. You listen to the Black and White Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I really appreciate you guys tuning in to hear 2 chumps talk about the politics of the day. We'll be right back.
With the midterm elections behind us, we now look ahead to 2023. Join Amy Jacobson and Jeannie Ives for Uncorked Conversations, how the 5 biggest issues of 2023 will affect you and your family. Presented by The Range at 3:55 on Thursday, December 8th at Bishop's Hill Winery in Joliet. This evening of fine wine and unfiltered conversation will provide much needed perspective as we prepare for the road ahead. Get your tickets now at 560theanswer.com/uncorked.
Fox News, I'm Joe Giro. Stars of the GOP are attending the Republican Jewish Coalition in Las Vegas. South Carolina Senator Tim Scott among those calling for an end to hate speech.
If we are going to be a great nation, we must first be a good nation. And one of the ways that we are a good nation is when we take a stand and rise up for those folks spreading anti-Semitism, hate, and racism.
Former President Trump giving a virtual address to the coalition. Other attendees include former Vice President Mike Pence and Senator Ted Cruz. Police say a 19-year-old man was killed and a 21-year-old man was wounded in a pre-dawn shooting at the University of New Mexico's campus in Albuquerque. Police called the shooting a singular incident and not a threat to other students on campus. It's not clear if anyone is in custody. America is listening to Fox News.
Small businesses need an advantage to gain success these days. For many small businesses in Chicagoland, that's Salem Surround, AM 560 The Answer's in-house digital agency that works with hundreds of small businesses just like yours. Here's how Salem Surround is helping one local business thrive.
This is Vince DePaul, owner of Your House Real Estate Academy in Bloomingdale. We've been working with Salem Surround for 3 years now. Their full-service marketing team created a digital plan designed to generate new students. They've helped to demystify pay-per-click marketing and create brand awareness with display media that reaches our primary market. If you're interested in becoming a real estate broker, start your career at yourhouseacademy.com today.
Salem Surround connects your business with potential customers at every stage of their path to purchasing your product. Want to grow your business? Visit surroundchicago.com. That's surroundchicago.com.
Employers with employees who are exposed to extreme heat or cold put workers at risk and could face higher workers' compensation costs. With help from the Illinois On-Site Safety and Health Program, employers can request a free and confidential on-site visit to identify and develop solutions to workplace hazards. Simply visit worksafe.illinois.gov, sponsored by the Illinois Department of Labor via a 21D grant from the U.S. Department of Labor and aired in cooperation with the IBA and this station.
Seems to us, your money should work as hard for you as you work for it, maybe harder. But making the most of all you've been given isn't about you alone, so you shouldn't have to figure it out alone. At Thrivent, we help clients with advice, investments, insurance, banking, and generosity, and offer expert solutions that can help you live a life that's rich beyond money. See how your money can do more at Thrivent.com. Thrivent is the marketing name for Thrivent Financial for Lutherans. Thrivent.com/disclosures.
Is your garage a disorganized mess? Take back your garage with Garage Experts of Chicagoland. Hi, I'm Dave Molinaro, proud owner and operator transforming Chicagoland garages into beautiful, organized, and functional living spaces since 2017. We are the experts in garage storage solutions and can help you create an uncluttered, clean, and organized garage. Our cabinet systems are completely customizable to your needs and lifestyle and will have the whole neighborhood talking. They're backed by a lifetime warranty and designed to withstand the wear and tear of Chicago's harsh weather. Garage Experts cabinets are manufactured right here in the United States and come in a variety of colors with multiple configurations that will never leave you with unused, wasted space. Act now and save $250 off your garage makeover. Learn more by visiting our website at garageexperts.com/Chicagoland. Let's transform your garage today. Once again, that's garageexperts.com/Chicagoland.
Salerno's Pizza and Pasta has been feeding families in the Chicagoland area since 1966. We feature some of the tastiest homemade ravioli, lasagna, meatballs, and let's not forget about the legendary Salerno's Traditional Crust Pizza. Stop by our flagship store in Oak Park and make new memories in our dining room with your kids, grandkids, or old friends. And our banquet room is perfect for your family's events or business luncheons. If you don't have time to stop by and sit down, use our easy phone or online ordering systems. Choose carryout or delivery with our own speedy in-house delivery team. No third-party delivery services and outrageous fees. Order direct. Support local small business. Salerno's Pizza is still family-owned and operated. We give you unrivaled customer service and delicious quality meals and cater any size event. We're open for lunch and dinner. Stop by our locations in Oak Park, Chicago, Lyons, and Bolingbrook. Call Oak Park now at 708-383-1500 or visit us online at salernospizza.com for more info.
We now return to Black and White on AM 560. The Answer. Here's John Anthony.
Marvin. Yeah, Marvin kicked your tail, Valon.
You a man of the past.
I'm a man of the past. Oh my God. Pistol Pete, you hear this guy?
Man of the past.
I'm a man of the past.
Yep.
I mean, this guy, Red Velvet.
That's right. But you said something. You said something, man, and I just gotta address it, and then you can keep it going.
Go ahead.
Someone just messaged us and said that I'm talking stupid.
Well, they never said who,
Yeah,
so that's why I commented. How so?
Because I made the comment that I think you all might think I'm talking stupid. So she or he, whoever that is piggybacking off of what I said.
Okay,
but
I must have missed
don't
that.
care because I know black people better than that person too.
Yeah.
That's another person that thinks they can preach to black people and tell them what they should try for. And that's what I mean, the disconnect.
Okay.
And
You ain't black.
And I'm sorry, John, but I gotta go there. This is a white man problem.
Okay, wait. Let's get Kip so we can get
All
to
right.
Phil.
Okay.
Kip, welcome back, brother.
Oh, hey, it's nice to talk to you guys once again. You know, I know the different hours and that, but let me get right to it, okay?
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm disappointed in? I'm not disappointed in the Republican or Democrat or anything. I'm just disappointed in the American voter, and I'll tell you why. If you could have someone that votes for a certain party, say like in Georgia, and they vote so many votes for the governor, say, but they don't vote for the person that's running for senator, that's where my disappointment is within the voting class. If they can't support someone just because of someone's, I don't know, they don't like the way they tweeted, or they don't like his jib. Yeah. I don't get it, because when they don't vote for what they know is right, they're voting for the other side, and that I guess they really like what they're getting.
Yeah,
so congratulations to the American voter.
Yeah, we double down on tyranny in a lot of places, Kip. Thanks so much for calling, Kip. He's right?
Yeah.
They double down.
They're used to it.
But, you know, they have the politicians also game the system, too. So I say they have a part to play in this, too. Phil from Blue Island, what's up, brother?
Coming!
What's going on, Phil?
Hey, what's happening, Verlon? What is going on, man?
Well, let me lay it out.
Go ahead,
and then you just tell me whether
I'm just gonna sit back and relax right now.
Whether
okay?
I'm right or wrong. This is a white man's problem. They have a disconnect. Okay, so I'm just gonna lay it out. You got two different. I'm not talking about independent white men, moderate, or people like like that. I'm talking about white liberals, white conservatives. Okay, so let me break it down to you. I give the white liberals credit, because at least they do go into the black community and listen. They don't just open their big mouths. They listen. And after that, they formulate or articulate a message that black people will sign on to, because black people think they're going to get something or one of their issues, done. Then you got white liberals that want to preach from on Mount High and tell black people, this is how you should live. This is what you should strive for. This is what you should want. Do you think black people hear that message? No. And I'm not going to go through everything I said earlier, but you know as well as I do, Phil, black people feel if their living standards improve, they can overcome anything. That's why reparations is a big issue, and that's why some kind of plan, like a Ice Cube's platinum plan that Donald Trump was going to help. Now, I know a lot of conservatives don't feel like government should participate in giving people loans, but black people was going to sign on for that. Now, I don't have all the information that
I'm not for reparations. Sorry,
I understand.
Not.
But you was for the platinum plan.
But
that's still government giving people loans, black people loans.
But through what system though?
Through the
SBA, through things of that nature.
Well,
so
that
was different.
They didn't get to that.
I say go ahead.
But I was listening to this other plan that's going through. It's $1 trillion, but this is people and businesses putting their money together. I know Morgan Chase Bank and a few banks are putting money up. Now, I don't know if I agree with that too much, because they plan and investing other people's money, but it's adding up to $1 trillion that it's gonna be directed.
Who's the they? Oh God, I don't know.
It's businesses. It's some businesses. That's why I say I just named you Morgan.
Yeah.
Chase.
Oh, okay.
And some other banks, and I think Bank of America and some other private businesses are putting money together. It's adding up to $1 trillion, and they're going to target black communities to help them start businesses. So, that's part of my commentary. But my thing is, if white conservatives think they're going to preach to black people and tell them how they should live, you will never get the black vote. If you don't go into the black community to see what the black people want for black issues, you'll never get the vote. You're just fooling yourself. You're blowing smoke up your own wazoo, and you're going to be the minority party, period. You're going to end up becoming the Libertarian Party, honestly.
No, I don't think we'll ever get to that point.
Yeah, we might. But go ahead, Phil.
Again,
that was a mouthful.
I'm sorry.
Phil.
No. I mean, I'm like, is this really Verlon?
Yeah. Really quickly.
I hear the music start.
Hold your thought, because Verlon pretty much took up all that time.
I had to get it out,
Black
man.
and Right. Pam, hold the line. We'll take you when we get back. You listen to Black and Right. We'll be right back.
Don't put your blame on me.
Balance of Nature, changing the world one life at a time.
I've been taking supplements and things like that. I stay away from medicine and drugs and, all the stuff that the doctors and pharmaceuticals and stuff like that. I just don't like it. And all the supplements that I've been taking throughout the years, and they were good. They're more on the high end, but nothing compares to the Balance of Nature. Just not even close.
Well, because I've been running up this hill for 50 years, when I take something different, I can tell the difference in how I feel running, because it's the same path I've run for 50 years, a half a mile uphill. And I'm really pumping when I get to the top. And I can tell the difference if I've had the Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies or if I haven't.
Start your journey. Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com to get free shipping, and don't forget to get 35% off your first preferred order by using discount code Chicago.
TV news. It's a love-hate relationship. Well, let's be honest, more hate. We agree. That's why we're different. Salem News Channel has assembled the greatest collection of conservative minds all in one place. Home to Charlie Kirk, Hugh Hewitt, Eric Metaxas, and more. There's finally a place on TV for lovers of freedom like you. Watch anytime on any screen, free 24/7. Find what you're looking for at snc.tv. That's snc.tv.
I'm Shalom Klein. Join me each week for the Get Down to Business radio show. This show is packed with ideas that will inspire as you search for best practices to grow your business. Whether you are an experienced entrepreneur or just learning the ropes, Get Down to Business will tackle the issues affecting your everyday work life.
Get Down to Business is covered by Tom Mirabali, independent producer for Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois.
Listen each week to Get Down to Business with me, Shalom Klein. Heard Sunday afternoons at 6 right here on AM 560.
Make the season even brighter with beautiful jewelry from JTV. Shop JTV.com and get $25 off your purchase of $50 or more when you use code RADIO25. You'll discover more than 40,000 jewelry designs and gifts. That's enough to keep everyone on your list sparkling all season long. Plus, new customers will receive $40 in brilliant cash to use toward their next jewelry purchase. Shop JTV.com and use code RADIO25 and fill your holiday with sparkle.
Nyler loved working in IT, but he wanted more.
I knew I could make more money if I was certified.
His boss encouraged him to go to My Computer Career.
My manager knew that I'd be more valuable.
The experience was top-notch.
I was able to take classes on my laptop. Now I can work from home. You can get into IT within less than a year.
Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
Check out My Computer Career. If I can do it, I know anybody can.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu. This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
It's the show the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about. It's Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Maybe. Welcome back to Black and Right Radio. Let's cut this music right away because this is the music that gets me kicked off on Facebook every time. Philip, I'm gonna let you answer your question, and I want to bring in Frederick from Crete.
Yeah.
Onto our call because he says black people need to be educated. So Phil, make your point, and I'm gonna bring Frederick, and then we'll take Pam.
Okay, that's perfect leadway. Okay, so since when does somebody like Frederick feel that black people need to be?
You don't know what he's trying to say. He may be with you. How do you?
No, wait a minute. Well, let me. I got this. Thank you. You
Shut
already
up,
running
John.
to his defense, really?
Shut up, John.
No. Shut up, John.
Actually, that's a name for me. I got a group of people out in the Yorkville, Big Rock area. That's the name they call me. Shut up, John.
Wow.
Shut up, John. Yeah, because you sure be throwing that around. This is my show, John.
I've done that to you once, twice, maybe.
Yeah, this
Come on.
is my.
Go ahead, make your point.
My point is this: after all the years here, Africans being brought to America, enslaved in America, and then all of the years that we were denied education, even religious education. That's the only thing we were given to read. Basically, was the Bible, and then we were taught to how to interpret and read it. And so now we get out of so-called slavery through Reconstruction, and then it's still no equal schools. We don't have the money to go to school or university, so we started our own schools, HBCUs, and so forth and so on. And still, we had to go through this whole. The thing that always bothers me is about the civil rights movement. That we, as Americans who've been here from the beginning, had to still fight in the 70s for civil rights. Just civil rights, not any other human rights. We could talk about that. Then we're talking about reparations. But just civil rights. How in the world you a citizen and got to fight for civil rights? And so this brother you mentioned about education. No, y'all never wanted us to be educated, the ones that were in power.
Well, Phil,
and then even still now today, real quick, most of the teachers in public schools, because they destroyed all of the black teachers, and they what they did was made all the black men, prominent men, ministers, and then all of the women, they made them teachers. Right? And so now they destroyed all the teachers that were in place. They still got the ministers because they still serve a purpose, but they had to give these white women these jobs, and now they can't relate to these students. The education system is still going down. And I sent you a video about this one teacher talking about
I saw that.
2 black students. Yeah. Okay, so go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, so Phil, I'm going to bring Frederick in. Let's see what Frederick has to say. Frederick, welcome to Black and Right.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Thank you for having me on your show.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah, my name is Frederick Walls. I ran
yes.
I ran as a conservative in District 34. I'm black, and I walk through through the south side of Chicago, and I talk to black people. And I live in Crete, but I grew up in Chicago, went to Calumet High School. And when I said they need to be educated, it was in reference to, he was saying that it's black people voting Democrat is a white conservative problem. But really, we need to educate everyone on what's really going on. Like my platform, I was talking about how the sex education bill. Every black person I talked to about that sex education bill was looking to vote Republican.
Wow.
But because the sex education bill, we have to follow the national standard, and in the national standard, they can start teaching masturbation in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
And so, because black people are not educated on what the Democrats are doing to our future, which is our children, I told some of them, and then the other part, it was black people that didn't want to talk to me just because I'm a Republican.
Yep. Okay,
now
now
shutting the door in my face.
Sir. I know Phil wants to respond to this, but I only have one question for you. Since you black and you talk to black people just like I do, what do black people want? What's their number one issue? What do they want?
They want to be heard, really. Well, because they really didn't know what they want.
Other than that, what's the most thing you hear from black people?
They want to see some improvement in the community.
Right, and what does that entail? Money.
It entails jobs, in the community.
And higher wages and more money. How else you going to build up a community without money?
Well, those opportunities aren't there. Because, see, I'm a carpenter.
You just took it. You took my thunder, but go ahead.
Yeah, those opportunities are there. But, see, we have to stop relying on the government to give us a handout, and we have to be willing to take responsibility for our situation.
I understand exactly what you're saying. You preaching conservative values. That ain't what I'm trying to say, bro. Just embrace your blackness for 1 minute, and when you hear black people talk, what they want is resources. The word they use is resources for the community, and resources mean money. Whether they're working a job, they want their job to pay them more money.
Wait, time out. You missed his greater point. Okay, you want to talk about how to build back the infrastructure of black communities? How about the unions? And that's where he was trying to go. There's not a lot of black people in the unions, though. Did you know that?
Depending on what union.
No. Name Frederick. You know this.
Yeah, they don't let us in there. Number one, we go through all of the steps, and then we can't really get in. We can't get the jobs.
It depends on what union.
Okay.
Because my union, the union at my job, a lot of black people. The United Workers Union, a lot of black people. SIU, a lot of black people. It depends on what union.
Milan, coming in on your job, does they make more than? Do they make on par with what a person coming in on a carpenter, laborers, or
I don't know
pipe fitters?
I don't know what they make starting out.
Heck no, $30, $40 an hour, bro.
Okay, well we close to it.
$50 an hour.
50.
Well, we close to it.
Yeah.
We get 22.
Wait, hey, Frederick, hold the line. We got to go to break. I'm enjoying this conversation. Valon just said that you're not black, so you got to use your blackness a little bit more. So I can't believe you said that, Valon. You listening to Black and Right Radio. Pam, please hold that line. Mark Man on the street, I see you. I'll take you. We got to finish this conversation. We'll be right back.
This is Ted Cruz. Joe Biden is right now using the DOJ and the FBI to target his enemies, to storm President Trump's home, to harass parents and pro-life activists, and to target you. That's why I wrote my newest book, Justice Corrupted: How the Left Has Weaponized Our Legal System, to arm you with the facts, to hold our government accountable.
Read Justice Corrupted, the latest book from best-selling author Senator Ted Cruz, available at Amazon and wherever books are sold.
There is a place in northern Illinois where people have received large sums of money for a handful of old change.
That's right. Fox Valley Coins on Route 59 in Naperville pays big cash for old coins. Many places buy gold and silver. Fox Valley Coins does that too, but they pay more for the rare ones. A true story. Recently, a lady came in with a pouch full of old silver dollars. A few better ones, but most were run-of-the-mill, and they added up to a few $1,000s. But for one silver dollar, Fox Valley Coins offered $4,300. She had no idea and was shocked.
An honest coin dealer He actually pointed out the rare ones? Fox Valley Coins buys and sells with free verbal appraisals just north of I-88 on Route 59 in Naperville. FoxValleyCoins.com. Over 40 years of family-owned integrity.
You can't live forever, but your legacy can. At Catholic Cemeteries of Chicago, they've helped families set their legacies in stone for over 180 years. With interest-free financing and low monthly payments, now is the time to set your final wishes in place. Visit CatholicCemeteryChicago.org or call 708-236-5490 today to schedule a free consultation.
Let's get it to him, baby girl. Hey.
Black and Right continues on AM 560. Once again, here's John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony. Let's get right back to it. Frederick, I'm going to let you respond, and then Phil's going to respond, and then we'll wrap this session up, this segment up, and go on to our third hour. Go ahead, Frederick.
Okay, he said my blackness, but
embrace it.
I mean, he really don't. Well, I have. I mean, he don't really know me. I mean, you know, I've had my negative run-ins with the law, and I've been through different situations. But the one thing that I'm saying is we have to be willing to stop making bad decisions, and we have to make the right decisions and build on that.
Right.
Like I said, I've knocked on doors, and I know what they want, but we got to be on time. We got to be reliable. We got to take responsibility when we mess up, and we got to stop blaming other people. And that's what I had to do in my life.
Yeah.
And my life, and I praise Yah that my life has turned around. But we have to take we can't rely on the government to straighten our life out. We have to step up, and that's really what I noticed in my life.
Well, and Frederick, I lean more with you than what the nonsense that Villan's talking about. But go ahead, Phil. Phil,
he sound real low.
Phil, I can't hear you. We might have lost Phil.
No,
he's probably been on hold too long. And
you can hear him, but
no, he's real low. I can't really hear you, Phil.
You hear me?
Yeah. There you go now.
Oh, am I back on?
Yeah.
Okay, look, I agree with mostly everything Fred just said, because again, he just gave us a bunch of stereotypes like we're lazy and we're undependable.
He never
and
said that, but go ahead.
That's the furthest thing. Close to that. I paraphrase, but that's the furthest thing from the truth. We've always been. And then another thing he mentioned, he talked about education, and I thought he was going to be more specific, and he mentioned sex education. So I'm confused about that. The other thing, and Verlon was talking about resources. What we need, first of all, is to be left alone. We don't need to be over-policed in our communities. We need to be left to our own and to make their own decisions on our businesses and rely on our own resources to build up our communities. But the more important thing I talked about earlier is that now, all of a sudden, I think Fred was the one who mentioned us being educated. We've been denied education. Denied over and over again, and now
Phil.
Let me finish my point.
Tell me where black. No. You got to be called on that. Tell me where black people are denied education today. If it's anything, stop. Hold on. If black people are denied education, it's in these centers of democratic urban rule. That's where it's happening. Go. I'm sorry.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So if they were hiring more black teachers, right, if they were incentivizing more black teachers to go to school and to go like they do these white teachers, they incentivize all these teachers to come into urban areas and teach.
Black people too, Phil.
Listen. Okay, why are all these classrooms filled with whites?
What?
Of teachers. Why are all these classrooms filled with white teachers?
Where? In the city of where?
In the cities, in the major cities of America.
Because as it relates to the number of people who go in to want to come and become teachers, there's not a lot of black people that are out there doing it, Phil. That's
but again, so why are they incentivizing?
Wait, time out. When I was a state rep, I sat on the teachers retention, whatever the committee was. There's just like in the unions. There's not a lot of black people that are going for the unions. Not a lot of black people going to become teachers. That's just the reality of it. Now,
So, but my point is,
go ahead,
real quick, because I know we've got to go.
Yeah.
My point is, they incentivize everything else. If there's a need for,
they are, Phil.
Why?
They
so my
are.
point is,
Okay.
why are they still?
Right. We got to go to break because we had a hard break. But listen, really quickly, I want to say this. Black people are not disenfranchised. Phil, when you got to start your argument from slavery to make your point about today, you lose the argument. We'll be right back.
He's a jackass.
This is Ryan Anderson, president of the Ethics and Public Policy Center for townhall.com. Marriage is the union of husband and wife. It's bad enough that 5 members of the Supreme Court wrongly claimed that the U.S. Constitution requires a new definition of marriage. But as the Senate looks to codify this redefinition of marriage, all it will do is add fuel to the fire of those harassing and penalizing citizens and organizations that hold to enduring and well-grounded truths about marriage. The Senate bill pays lip service to religious liberty and conscience rights, but it does not offer any meaningful protections for those rights. Had the Senate sponsors wanted to, they could have explicitly stated that no individual or organization could be penalized by the government for operating according to the conviction that marriage unites husband and wife. The bill offers no such protections. That's not public policy for the common good. I'm Ryan Anderson.
Publicpolicy.pepperdine.edu. News, opinion, insight. This is AM 560, The Answer. WIND Chicago. Streaming at 560theanswer.com. On the AM 560 mobile app. Tune in, iHeart, and on Odyssey.
A record in New York State. I'm Joe Chiro, Fox News. That's what Governor Kathy Hochul says is likely for the amount of snow to fall in the state in a 24-hour period. Some areas have already received at least 6 feet of snow. Hochul in Erie County, where she requested a federal emergency declaration.
This is important for us to be able to receive reimbursements for the expenses of this storm. We've been in contact with FEMA, and we feel hopeful, optimistic that this will be granted.
Hochul is more than doubling the amount of National Guard being brought to Erie County from 70 to 150. At least 3 deaths are blamed on the storm. The Republican Jewish Coalition is underway in Las Vegas to discuss the future of the party. A number of big-name politicians speaking, including California Congressman and current House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy.
Last year when I was here, I made a promise to you. I wanted to come back for many reasons. But I wanted to come back and talk about the promise that I made, because it was a promise that I kept. We have ended one-party rule of the Democrats in Washington, and we have fired Nancy Pelosi.
Other speakers at the event include Senator Ted Cruz and former President Trump, who spoke remotely. New York's Metro Transit Authority says 2 people have been arrested for a threat to the Jewish community. Chief John Mueller issued a statement saying the arrest came after information from the Joint Terrorism Task Force. Mueller says weapons were recovered, including a Glock handgun, but did not elaborate on what the 2 suspects were planning. Police in Raleigh, North Carolina, say a vehicle towing a float for a holiday parade crashed, killing a girl participating in the event. A police statement said the driver who lost control of the vehicle was charged with reckless driving and other offenses. The girl struck by the truck was part of a dance troupe. America is listening to Fox News.
Now, your official weather forecast.
Tonight will be partly cloudy and cold with a low of 14. Sunshine tomorrow, still on the chilly side, a breeze in the afternoon. Sunday's high 33. Mainly clear and breezy tomorrow night, low 29. And Monday, lots of sunshine with the high of 42. Tuesday will be a full day of sun with a high of 48. I'm Sally Sherman on AM 560, The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, Doctors Economos, Gavalis, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidisciplined practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology, such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930. That's 630-830-4930. Or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
This is Mike Gallagher. Join me on an amazing journey through Israel in October of 2023. Dennis Prager and I are going back to the Holy Land for the Stand with Israel tour, along with our trusted partner, Inspiration Cruises and Tours. Imagine a lifelong impact of exploring Jerusalem, Galilee, the Dead Sea region, and more. It will change your life. Come join us in Israel. Visit standwithisraeltour.com, standwithisraeltour.com, or call 855-565-5519, 855-565-5519.
When you take the time to really get to know your body, you find that the root causes of its aches and pains are usually simple. The older we get, the more exercise we undertake, and the more injuries we sustain, the more inflammation our bodies suffer from. It's so simple. And my answer to that pain is Relief Factor, which I discovered years ago and take every single day to great effect. It helps the body to fight off inflammation, and I've never found anything that worked better in my life. I can't recommend it enough. 70% of the more than 500,000 people who have tried Relief Factor end up ordering more. That's because it works for them the way it works for me. Isn't it time for you to get out of pain? Your first step to becoming pain-free should be to order the 3-week quick start for the discounted price of only $19.95. Go to relieffactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF to find out more about this offer. Feel the difference. relieffactor.com.
AM 560, The Answer. Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560, The Answer.
I'm coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot, just like the fajita. I write what I live, my life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
Welcome back.
Just like the
Hour 3. I mean, this the fastest 3 hours on Saturday radio, right here, Black and Right Radio. Yeah, coming in hot, baby.
Hot.
Coming in hot. You know, when it comes to, you know, looking for the government, I think that's one of the biggest problems. And how do we educate the black race about how government is not your friend?
Well, listen, it doesn't have to be specifically government. I was just running it down a little earlier how businesses are putting up their own money and profits, and banks. I'm iffy on the bank because banks are supposed to invest people's money into sound business dealings, but at the same time, you put your money in that bank, and the stockholders, they have the right to conduct business with that money however they see fit. So the banks and private businesses are putting money together to help the black community.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, then, and I'm okay with
government.
It too.
No,
but government,
no.
Well, Trump was going to do it,
but Trump went about using what? Private businesses too. I got it up right here. I'm reading how he intended to go about introducing the Platinum Plan.
That's fine.
Some things I agree with about this, some things I don't.
It's other ways you could do it too. You have pro-union politicians that know how to deal with unions to help black people get higher wages.
Right.
You know, I have people coming to my job with the union students. I brought Dennis up there. It's ways to help black people make more money.
Right.
You know, people need to get off this old welfare recipient stuff and whatever else they're talking about. We're not talking about those people. We're talking about black people that work. If you can't articulate a message to get through to black people that work a job, you have a losing message.
Okay. Well, let's go. Before we go to the man on the street, let's go to Joe. He's been holding the line. Joe, welcome to Black and Right from Valparaiso.
That is correct, sir. I grew up in Gary, Indiana. So
that's where Valance lives.
What's up, brother?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I just want to know, I've been listening to you gentlemen talk for about a half an hour to an hour, and I never hear you mention anything about the nuclear family.
Yeah.
Why don't you?
You want to know?
Oh, we do.
Well,
and let me continue on, okay?
All right.
The other thing that I have a concern about is that you don't talk about the unions and who controls the unions. Well, the Democrat Party does.
Yeah.
And we talk about wages. Who hires people? The Democrat Party hires the people.
I think I did talk about unions.
No. You got that kind of wrong. Business owners hire people. And when it comes to the unions, like I just said, we have pro-union politicians that deal with the union and helps people get higher wages from the business owners. And I'm gonna I want to respond to you. We give people the time to talk here, and I want to respond to your first comment about the nuclear family. Okay,
we talk about that all the time.
We talk about it all the time, but let me give you a reality lesson. It used to be 75% black men in the household. Now it's 75% men out of the black household. That means it's 75% broken homes. How do you speak to them? Since you want to talk about nuclear family.
Okay, he's not being.
No. I know. But what he's talking about is the same thing Dan Proft and everybody else talks about. That's a long-term goal.
Right.
We're talking about people right now and living in broken homes.
All right, go ahead. Let him finish. Go ahead.
This goes back to the 1960s when Lyndon Johnson was the president, and all we have ever done is buy off the black people with money. And you talked to me about about a nuclear family. Well, I've been married for 57 years, and I'm part of a nuclear family, and I don't know why I don't hear anything about 57-year nuclear families in the black community, other than the fact that when somebody in the black community walks out of that house, the children that are left there are left to grow up basically on their own if their mothers have to go to work and there's nobody to guide those children. And a father is the biggest thing in the family that can help to raise that family and guide them in the right direction. As far as an education goes, people that are white, if they don't study and if black people don't study, they're not going to progress in the society that we have today.
Right.
And it's all about studying and wanting to study and being driven to do that by people that have control over them. And who has control over them? The families do. And who has control over the family employment? The unions do.
Well,
I'm done.
Well,
I'm done.
Thank you so much for calling, Joel. I'll tell you this: we talk about we don't use the term nuclear family, but we have talked about on this show the lack of fatherliness, especially when the Bishop of Truth comes on. That's one of the things he talks about all the time. He's on this show, so we do talk about that as it pertains to the unions. I agree, and I thought we just had that discussion about the unions. Prior to what was that the second hour we were talking about the unions?
Yeah, but
with Frederick Wall.
Yeah, but they don't hire anybody. That's just wrong.
What do you mean they don't hire? They do.
They don't hire. They don't hire.
Wait. What do you mean by they don't hire?
The union.
You got to go through the journeyman's class and then you get hired onto a union.
Talking about we have an impasse going on. We ain't talking about construction. We ain't talking about those type of business. I'm talking about healthcare that has one of the biggest unions. We have other jobs. Hell, I worked at Jewel.
Yeah, they have a union.
They have a union. They don't hire HR, human resources, and the boss, the owner, or the DON administrator. They hire. So we have an impasse.
But I think you're missing the impasse. They're still the company, though. They hire.
Yes, they hire, but the union isn't the company, bro.
All right. The company hires.
Right.
Then they get into the union once they finish completing their whatever the day term.
Or 60 days or whatever.
I get what you're saying.
Thank you.
I get what you're saying. But again, they still become a part of the. I guess that's what Joel was talking about when it comes to.
He said hire.
Right.
They become a part of your life as long as you work there, but they don't do nothing.
Yeah.
The only time the union comes in is when you call the union because you have a beef with the boss, like you think you about to get fired, and the union comes in and says, did he break any of these rules?
All right.
No.
Let's go to Man on the Street. What's up, brother? Thanks for calling in.
Hey, it's Mark Lattimore, Man on the Street. Great show tonight. You guys are on fire. I like this discussion. I want to correct you on resources. Resources is code word for grant money. And when people say I want resources, they want more grant money. I'm just questioning that whole thing. But a quick plug-in for Illinois Review was just bought by Scott Casper and Mark Vargas. Mark Vargas can be heard Sunday night 7 to 9 on AM 560. I always call in. I suggest your callers listen to that too, because you guys are all on the same page. I have an article this week in Illinois Review about Liz Cheney visiting Chicago. Next week, Mike Pence is speaking about it. And I got to point out, Vargas had a good article, and John Anthony had a good rant, I'll say, last week about why we lost the election. And I suggest people go back to listen to that podcast or the rebroadcast, because there's a lot going on here. Back to Liz Cheney, and we have these rhinos and never Trumpers. I'm a Trump person, and I don't know what's going to happen. But I have a favor for Verlon and John. I'd like you guys to submit an article to Illinois Review, because you guys have a lot to say, and I want to see it in print. So I'll leave it at that. Mark Weiler, Man on the Street, I want you guys to submit an article this week.
Wow.
What do you guys think of that?
Valon, go ahead.
Hey, I'll let you deal with all that stuff. I'll tell you what I think. That's about it.
I want you guys to write it down. And
What's your next article?
Email it to Mark Vargas. And I want to get you guys in print, because you guys have some important stuff to say. Yeah. And I want to see it in print. I'll leave it at that.
What's your next article? Wait. Mark. What's your next article? What's your next article?
Well, Mike Pence is going to be speaking at the University of Chicago next week. And he's doing an event there, and he's also doing an event with Pat Brady, which is kind of like, no comment on that. But why is Mike Pence? What's his deal? He's selling books. He's not really a Trump supporter. What's his deal?
I'll tell you what his deal is. He's going to lose. If he try to run, he's going to be sandwiched. He's going to be sandwiched between DeSantis and Trump. And he's done, because Trump has 74 million people. We don't know what DeSantis Nation appeal is yet. Yeah. We'll see. But he has no chance.
Yeah, I agree there. There's no hope.
All right. Well, I'm glad you guys are on board. I'm a Trump supporter. I'm sticking with them.
Yeah. Me too. Thanks, Mark. Thanks so much for calling. I've said already, I'm Team Trump. I'm sorry.
Me too.
You don't like it? I mean, listen, you can support whoever you want. At the end of the day, I'm gonna be supporting the Republican candidate that comes out for the 2024 presidential election. That's who I'm supporting. That's who I'm with. But right now, I'm still Team Trump. Trump for Illinois.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially, do you still get beef for that, Valon?
For what?
Supporting Trump.
No, people know not to come to me with that stuff.
But RB Blakemore has a very good point, Valon. There's a difference between trade unions and service unions. What you're saying, what you do, service unions, that's different than the trades. Big difference.
Well, I know. I'm saying it depends on which union.
Yeah, we'll be right back. Jessica, hold the line. We'll be right back.
Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson.
Lori Lightfoot inherited lemons, and she made them into fentanyl. I know the murder and the mayhem and the exodus of companies and jobs and terrible schools.
289 kids shot this year.
I know, but I just can't say. I just can't stay mad at her. I mean, she's
so cute.
She's having so much fun. She's so charming.
Start your day with Chicago's Morning Answer. Weekday mornings starting at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
Hi, it's Amy, and it's time to join the millions of Americans who've changed the quality of their sleep with MyPillow. If you haven't already. Our friend Mike Lindell has a passion to help everyone get the best sleep of your life, and he didn't stop by simply creating the best pillow. Oh, no. Mike created the best bed sheets ever. They look and feel great, which means an even better night's sleep for me, which is crucial for my busy schedule. Right now, they're offering the best deal on his bed sheets. You can get a set of bed sheets for as low as $29.98. The first night you sleep on these sheets, you will never want to sleep on anything else. Trust me, these sheets are ridiculously comfy. This is a special offer for my listeners, a set of bed sheets for as low as $29.98. Go to MyPillow.com and click on the radio listeners square and use promo code Amy. You will also get deep discounts on all MyPillow products, or call 1-800-489-0201 and use promo code Amy.
The real estate market can be tricky to navigate. The only edge to help you get ahead is knowledge and experience. And Real Estate Revealed is that edge. Heard Sunday mornings at 8 and hosted by Randy Marcella. Real Estate Revealed uncovers truths about the real estate market with an entire team of experts. Their real estate power allows them to present their experiences to benefit you before your next transaction. Real Estate Revealed, Sunday mornings at 8 on AM 560. The Answer.
Balance of Nature, changing the world one life at a time.
Not as tired as she used to get. Gives her energy to do things around the house.
I really appreciate it. I really like your product. I'm happy with it.
You don't have to really think about it anymore. You've got it, and it's in your diet. Regularity, let's put it that way. It's very good.
Because I don't always eat my vegetables and fruit, so I know I'm better with it.
A little more energy and just feeling pretty good overall. Seems to work so far. No complaints.
I feel something good. I can point my finger on, but I feel good in general.
So I do have a little bit more energy, do stuff after work, whereas before I didn't really want to do stuff and just wanted to sit around.
I think I have a little more energy. I'm an older, disabled person, and I don't always eat properly. Just feeling a little stronger that way.
Start your journey to better health. Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com to get free shipping. And don't forget to get 35% off your first preferred order by using discount code CHICAGO.
Fellas, need an annual health exam? I recommend my friends at Low T Center to get your complete health assessment. They will check all of your levels, not just your T levels. In most cases, it's completely covered by your health insurance. And if you don't have insurance, it's less than $100 for a full lab panel and office visit with our medical provider to give you a complete health assessment. Low T Center specializes in men's health, making it quick and easy, even verifying your insurance. So go to lowtcenter.com now to book online. Low T Center, reinventing men's health care.
Back to Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Welcome back to Black and Right on AM 560. The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio. Valon, before I read this question,
yes,
let's take Jessica from Sugar Grove, who I think has a very important topic discussion she wants to have. Jessica, welcome to Black and Right. Where you at, Jessica?
How are you?
Doing
Thank
well.
you so much for taking my call.
Hey, no problem.
First of all, I have to say I am Team George Michael. Okay?
Oh! Yes!
All right, cut her off.
You can say anything you want now.
Over Marvin Gaye. Oh, Jessica.
No, I love me some Marvin, but come on. You gotta have faith. Come on.
You gotta have faith.
Oh, help me. That was just like a dagger in the heart. Yeah, but go ahead, Jessica.
Okay. So no, my basic point was like going back to getting people dealing with single parent homes. My parents, I grew up in Naperville. It's not impoverished, obviously. It's way different than when I grew up there.
Right.
But I'm the oldest of four, and my parents divorced when I was 11. We moved to South Bend, Indiana, and not in a very good part. And so I had to grow up real quick. And my mom working 14 hours a day, the whole thing. And obviously not having that nuclear family, not having that mom and dad there, definitely, it was destruction.
Right.
And it was not healthy for anybody. And so having, I guess, just my point is, how do we get people to realize that kids need a mom and dad? I'm married now for 17 years.
Congrats.
I have 3 beautiful children, and I've got 2 Boy Scouts and my little girl, and they're awesome. And they're fantastic people.
Yeah.
And they're respectful in the whole thing. It's how do you? I was not a good kid. I got kicked out. I got expelled, fighting the whole thing, gangs, the whole thing.
That's why you like George Michael. I get it.
No, but Jessica, I hear you. What you're doing right now is the answer. You're working to break the cycle. You're changing what happened to you, but it's still a reality in the black community.
Yeah.
See, I disagree.
75% of the fathers aren't in the homes.
Okay,
What do
do
you do to help those single parent homes? That's a reality.
Well, and I'm okay, but then I'm okay, so why are we doing all these government programs?
Right.
If you are dependent on the government, you're never going to actually excel. You're never going to figure it out yourself. I was oldest of 4, and I was paying my mom's bills because she's working 14 hours, couldn't pay anything. We had water turned off, no heat, the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I had to pay all that. And I was I finally just had to walk away.
Yeah.
Right.
And do my own thing.
Well, I've been there.
Thank you so much, Jessica. Jessica, thank you so much. Is this your first time calling?
Yes, it is.
Well, thank you. Please continue to
I
listen.
will call again. You guys are fantastic. I love you.
Thank you. Please continue to listen and share it to all your friends as well. Thank you so much. I thought you were saying, because here's my issue with Black Panther, Wakanda, and this is all I'll say. I know, Pistol Pete, I'm not going to give any spoilers. I was called a misogynist because I said this. And anybody who knows me know I'm not a misogynist. I'm sick and tired of, as long as black people are playing slaves, as long as black people are playing drug addicts, drug users, drug pushers, rappers, gangbangers, everything is fine. When it comes to the men, I felt like Black Panther, the first one had very strong black leaders and characters. The second one did not. And the only thing I'm sick and tired of strong black men leader roles being pushed to the side. And, dude, we have so much greatness in the black race. And that's why I get so sick and tired of people like Phil talking about slavery, talking about civil rights era. What about today? What about the men and women? What's the Stewart from Missouri? I forget his first name. Billionaire. What about the Kanye West, the billionaires, the people that Jay-Z, billionaires? Dude, can we stop talking about what we don't have and talk about who we are and what we do have now? I'm so sick and tired of, dude. I mean, all we want to focus in on is what's wrong with what's wrong in these black communities. Dude, if you go into these black communities, there's some good that's happening in a lot of these black communities. I think about Jamal Cole, My Block, My Hood, My City. I mean, these are strong black men who are, and they're black. And I don't mean to say that black women are not doing it, because I know black women that are pushing. Tennille Jackson, Maze Jackson. I mean, these people are delivering and pushing to make black communities good. But all we want to focus on is government intrusion in these black communities, and because of that intrusion, black people are still getting crumbs. Maze Jackson said it best the other day. I was listening to him the other morning. When it comes to J.B. Pritzker, no longer leads the black people the Democrat Party no longer needs black people. They got DuPage County now. They don't need black people. Have lost their power, their seat at the table at the Democrat Party, because Latinos and Democrats who are sprouting out into a lot of these former once red counties, they don't have to worry about these things anymore.
Well, I'm going to withhold my opinion about Black Panther until after tonight, to next week when I talk to you, because, I don't want to upset myself before I go to see the show, but I understand what you're saying about the demasculation of men. I know. I understand, because
I'm sick of it.
But
I'm sorry.
It's everywhere. Look, Queen Latifah is the equalizer.
Right.
And they about to have a new James Bond that's a woman.
Right. Not to say that they can't do it. And listen.
Hey, look.
So don't call me a messiah. I don't want to hear that crap.
Do you think you could handle Queen Latifah? I don't think I can handle Queen Latifah. I think she fits that role pretty well. That's a big girl. She could throw some dudes around.
I've watched the show, and it just doesn't carry my interest, because the show is not interesting.
It's one of the biggest shows on TV next to Yellowstone.
Yeah. I do like Yellowstone.
I'm true. Boy, I can't wait to Sunday.
Peripheral.
Yeah.
You've watched Peripheral on Amazon Prime?
No. I'm about to watch Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone.
Watched it.
Was it good?
Brother.
Oh,
that's gonna be a
nothing.
good show.
Don't say nothing. Please don't say nothing.
Let's go to Pam. Let's go to Pam from Western Springs. Pam, welcome back to Black and Right.
Thanks, John. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, thanks. I was just calling in to address that question you had asked earlier regarding being canceled on any of the social media platforms. And I have experienced that myself, which pretty much shut me down on any other social media platform. I was completely wiped off of Twitter in probably the second half of 2020.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing that happened to me was that I never tweeted anything. Like, I never retweeted. I never tweeted a thing. I was removed. I violated their standards, apparently, because I was following the wrong.
You got to be kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding you. I mean, it was a complete shock, and I said, this has got to be a mistake. So they said, if you disagree with our decision, you are allowed to request an explanation as to why this happened. We'll revisit the issue and see if we can, restore your account. So I did the whole thing just out of curiosity. I wondered what would happen. And they said, no, sorry. I gave them my whole excuse. I said, I never even retweeted. This has got to be a mistake. they said, no, we still find you in violation of our policies, therefore you no longer have a Twitter account with us.
Wow. Well, they got rid of my YouTube channel, so I'm starting over. So if you're on YouTube, follow me there. But they got rid of mine too.
I think I already do, but I'll check and make sure. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's like I don't know where they find me. It just scares me, as you said earlier. I mean, are we headed down a path that we cannot come back from? And I don't think we should accept it as easily as we are.
Right. Well, Pam, thank you so much for calling in. I always appreciate you. Have a great day. No problem. Hey, Valon, you know who Maurice Smith is?
No.
He's the CEO of Healthcare Service Corporation, Illinois plan. Black man.
Okay.
Can we highlight people like this?
Well, yeah.
You know what? I would love. I'm in the next year, I'm going to be bringing on people like this, Valon.
Oh, that's good.
I want to bring on and highlight the greatness of what's happening. Not just black, but because a lot of people don't understand. They want to focus in on what's not good about the black community. I'm looking for Blexit question for you, Valon.
Oh yeah, that's the man. Yeah, I want to hear that question.
Here it is, and you got to answer this after the break.
Yeah.
So now I'm a bit confused and wondering if Valon is saying that black people basically want big government for bigger paycheck, and that crime and law and order aren't important issues. Oh,
I can answer that.
You got
very
what? You got a little sweat going on over there?
No, I can answer that very easily.
We answer it after the break, Valon.
All right.
Because I want to hear what you got to say.
Okay.
You listening to Black and Right Radio on AM 560 The Answer. We will be right back.
I resort to violence. My killers move in silence like you don't know what I silence. New York killers are wild. My dogs is with it. You want it?
He's been called the Mystery Man by the Wall Street Journal, but it's no mystery that Mark Vargas loves America and now stands ready to fight to defend your rights amid the culture war that's raging across our nation. Join Mark tomorrow night at 7 for Mark My Words with Mark Vargas, as he brings you exclusive interviews with some of the biggest names from politics, entertainment, and business, right here on AM 560. The Answer.
Fox News, I'm Joe Giro. A massive storm dumped several feet of snow in the areas ringing Lake Erie and Lake Ontario, causing at least 3 deaths. Fox Weather's Katie Byrne is in upstate New York.
Cars are under feet of snow here in West Seneca. We've seen reports of 49 inches of snow here, and we know there are dozens of abandoned cars nearby in Erie County, some impassable roads in the county, and officials say these are some of the worst conditions their plow truck drivers have ever dealt with. Now, what makes this lake effect snow different is the fact that it's wet, it's heavy.
The NFL was forced to move tomorrow's game between the Bills and Cleveland Browns to Detroit. A holiday parade in North Carolina was canceled today after a truck pulling a float crashed and injured at least one person. Witnesses at the Raleigh Christmas parade reportedly heard the truck's driver screaming that he had lost control of the vehicle and couldn't stop. America is listening to Fox News.
You're smart, you're busy, and don't have time to waste on the mainstream media cycle. Salem News Channel breaks that cycle. Topics that matter from hosts worth watching. Dinesh D'Souza, Andrew Wilkow, Brandon Tatum, and more. Open debate and free speech you won't find anywhere else. Salem News Channel, not like the other guys. Watch anytime on any screen, free 24/7. Find everything you need to know at snc.tv. That's snc.tv.
When you're serious about your concealed carry training and education and are ready to learn from an active police officer with a teaching degree, check out Illinois Concealed Carry Training in Midlothian. You'll learn safe, responsible firearm use, home defense planning, conflict avoidance, situational awareness, and how to remain physically, morally, and financially safe in the event you must use your firearm in self-defense or the defense of another. Weekday and weekend classes available.
I'm Sergeant Gary Carr, police firearms trainer and the owner of Illinois Concealed Carry Training. We'll arm you with what really counts: knowledge and training. All concealed carry curriculums are not created equal. This may be the single most important decision you'll ever make for yourself and your loved ones. Choose between 3 and 16-hour classes that are available both weekdays and weekends. We are your one-stop for concealed carry classes, fingerprints, and legal defense plans.
To register for a class or purchase a self-defense legal service plan, go to icct.us. icct.us.
Next time you're in the office, look around and see the paper accumulating and the filing cabinets taking up space waiting to be filled. You want the paper gone, but dread the time-consuming scanning process? Well, with IoT Smart Connected Scanning, it's never been easier to turn physical paper into digital documents and have them directly uploaded to the cloud. The need for PCs, cables, and tedious application software is eliminated. Anyone can set this device up in 5 minutes or less, saving your organization money, valuable time, and the hassle associated with IT. Remote employees can capture documents and send them seamlessly. This technology is adaptable to any environment and uses a hotspot without compromising security. If your goal is to organize documents efficiently and securely, IoT Smart Connected Scanning from IDT is for you. To see a demo or order now, go to ready4idt.com. That's ready4idt.com. Use promo code SMART and receive 10% off your order. IDT, putting paper in its place.
When your home or business has an insurance claim, the next step is very important. The claim process with insurance can be tedious, hard to understand, and difficult to navigate. You need someone working for you. You need a licensed claim adjuster. Why? The insurance company will send out their inspectors that work for them, get paid by them, and represent them, not you.
This is Dan Lights from Crosscom. We inspect your property, file your claim, negotiate the damages, and maximize your settlement with your insurance company. If we complete the repairs approved by your insurance company, our service is free. Crosscom Public Adjusters has turned denied claims into approved claims. We've also increased insurance claims anywhere from 23 to 1,000%. We are licensed by the Department of Insurance and work in Illinois, Northwest Indiana, and Southern Wisconsin. Crosscom Public Adjusters, 630-871-5500. Online at crosscominc.com. That's crosscominc.com. Crosscom, building trust for over 20 years.
Thousands of young people are dying from counterfeit prescription drugs laced with lethal doses of fentanyl.
Never take a pill unless it comes from your pharmacist. We lost my 18-year-old son who had a very bright future ahead of him, and it was stolen.
Just one counterfeit pill laced with fentanyl can kill. Visit onepillkilled.org.
onepillkilled.org.
onepillkilled.org to learn more.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio on AM 560. The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio. We've had such a spirited debate. I really hope you guys would go over to 560theanswer.com, download the podcast so that you can hear this show on repeat as much as you want, and past shows and future shows. And I would hope that you would like and subscribe on YouTube, Rumble, Facebook. Name the social media platform. I'm on there as Black and Red Radio. I see all my Rumble people have not gone and clicked the little Rumble button. I'm a little upset with that. You guys are hurting my feelings. And I just got to say one thing to the AM 560 family. What evil person went and ate all of the Almond Joys out of the chocolate bag, the candy bag in the bag? I love Almond Joys. There's not one Almond Joy in that bag. Somebody's evil, I'm telling you. Tony makes a good point. Oh, wait, Villan, first, Tony, hold the line. Villan, address. Address.
Oh, the question. Yeah. Oh, very easy. Very easy. The first question was about black people.
Government.
Government.
You want more government, right?
No.
More money.
Black people don't care how they get it, whether it's the government giving it to them, better, high-paying jobs, or money given by the businesses that I was talking about earlier to help them start a business. They don't care how they get it. They just want more money. And what's the second one?
Do you care about crime?
Oh, we talked about it earlier. Black people care about crime, but it's not the highest thing on the list. You heard Valkyrie talk about it earlier. I don't know when you tuned in, but Valkyrie talked about it earlier. That they live with it. They're used to it. Lil Ray Ray got killed. Oh, well, Lil Ray Ray was out there doing bad. He got killed. We're going to cry. We're going to go to the funeral. And then a week later, we forgot about Lil Ray Ray. So it's just, listen, man.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get used to it. And I know white people have a disconnect. I don't know if you white or black. Well, blacks is black. Okay, whatever. Bottom line is, you got to close the gap, the disconnect, and understand it's always going to come back to making more money for black people. Did you watch a rap video lately? It's about the money. period.
All right, let's go to Tony from Chicago. Tony, welcome back to Black and Right.
Hey there, it's been a while, but I just wanted to confirm what Verlon said. No. I've actually been kind of depressed because the stupidity of the stupidity of the Republican Party just gets on my nerves, man. But let me just say this real quick. I want to confirm what Verlon said. I actually spoke to a well-known Illinois Republican, and I told him exactly what Verlon just said about it is about the money, it is about the jobs, and it just bothers me how these talking heads, they focus on silly stuff like, oh, there's not enough fathers in the home, and it just put money in people's pockets.
Yes.
That's what matters.
Yes.
Okay? That's what matters. If you really want to affect what black people, the way black people vote, put money in their pockets. I guarantee that'll work. Now, the only other thing that you might want to bring up is this homosexual indoctrination of children. Black folks are totally not for that.
No, they're not.
That's another thing. You can focus on that too, but then that goes again to what I said about the Republican Party. They just will not focus on reality. They're just stuck on stupid and you mentioned somebody like Maze Jackson, for example. Yeah. I really do believe it is time to let the Republican Party go, specifically in Illinois. What we need to do is get our hands on some Democrats that got some common sense and work with them. Republicans are just too cowardly to actually get anything done. Oh, one last thing. Let me just say this. You have to be careful about all these black movies that are coming out. They always do that when there's a national election to get black people riled up. Yep. We can't fall for it. This Black Panther movie, this new one, it's a joke. I haven't seen it, but I don't need to see it because I'm tired of this emasculation of black men. I'm sick of it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you one thing before I let you go. The conservatives will never go with the one statement you said, working with Democrats. You already listen. You listen to this station and you know who the big wigs are around here. They'll never go for it. They don't find any value in a Democrat, unlike John or myself that sees the common sense Democrat like you just said and would,
Maze Jackson is one.
Right. But they don't see any value in working with a Democrat at all.
Yeah. Well, there's a little bit about Maze Jackson there's some people here on this station who have actually tried to recruit Maze Jackson. Yeah. So, they're not practicing what they preach.
All right.
I actually, that was more the name that cannot be mentioned here. The former guy who was Joe's a good friend. That was more Joe Walsh that was doing a lot of that with Maze Jackson.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was going on tours with him.
Yeah. Thanks so much for calling, Tony. All right, Verlon, I was almost going to break your thunder with your updates, but I'm glad I didn't, so go ahead.
All right, thank you. Okay, update. Breonna Taylor. Her family already got a settlement. But guess who else got a settlement? Her boyfriend, $1.9 million.
What did he get a settlement for?
Because he was in the right and his life was in danger.
He was not in the right. But we're not going to debate that again.
Okay,
but go ahead.
And they've decided, the police department, the state of Kentucky, they've decided that the police were in the wrong and the guy deserved a settlement because he was in his bed sleeping. The police busted in the door. Right. Okay, another update: the Toledo killing. The guy that was out with him, the 19-year-old boy that was shooting guns. Yeah. Guess what else? Guess they found out.
What?
The judge felt like he didn't do it, so he was acquitted.
Even though they had him on video.
It was grainy. But the officer still under review as far as losing his job. And when we come back from break,
and he should not,
I'm gonna tell you about where your taxes is going for a pot dispensary.
All right, you listening to Black and Right? Hey, Calvin, hold the line. We'll take you. Remember, Calvin was the guy that called last week. I had a long, good conversation with Calvin this week. We'll be right back.
All right.
Salerno's Pizza and Pasta has been feeding families in the Chicagoland area since 1966. We feature some of the tastiest homemade ravioli, lasagna, meatballs, and let's not forget about the legendary Salerno's Traditional Crust Pizza. Stop by our flagship store in Oak Park and make new memories in our dining room with your kids, grandkids, or old friends. And our banquet room is perfect for your family's events or business luncheons. If you don't have time to stop by and sit down, use our easy phone or online ordering systems. Choose carryout or delivery with our own speedy in-house delivery team. No third-party delivery services and outrageous fees. Order direct. Support local small business. Salerno's Pizza is still family-owned and operated. We give you unrivaled customer service and delicious quality meals and cater any size event. We're open for lunch and dinner. Stop by our locations in Oak Park, Chicago, Lyons, and Bolingbrook. Call Oak Park now at 708-383-1500 or visit us online at salernospizza.com for more info.
Is your garage a disorganized mess? Take back your garage with Garage Experts of Chicagoland. Hi, I'm Dave Molinaro, proud owner and operator transforming Chicagoland garages into beautiful, organized, and functional living spaces since 2017. We are the experts in garage storage solutions and can help you create an uncluttered, clean, and organized garage. Our cabinet systems are completely customizable to your needs and lifestyle and will have the whole neighborhood talking. They're backed by a lifetime warranty and designed to withstand the wear and tear of Chicago's harsh weather. Garage Experts cabinets are manufactured right here in the United States and come in a variety of colors with multiple configurations that will never leave you with unused, wasted space. Act now and save $250 off your garage makeover. Learn more by visiting our website at garageexperts.com/Chicagoland. Let's transform your garage today. Once again, that's garageexperts.com/Chicagoland.
Dr. Gorka here, and you know me. I am very cynical about products, especially those that claim to help people suffering from pain. So when I tell you that Relief Factor truly works, I want you to know that I mean it. I suffered from a stiff lower back for almost a decade, one so painful it made it difficult to kneel in church on Sundays. When I finally decided to give Relief Factor a try, I didn't ever imagine that I would find myself free of the pain, but that's what happened. Now I take Relief Factor every day. Almost 70% of the more than 500,000 people who have tried Relief Factor end up ordering more. That's because it works for them the way it worked for me. Isn't it time for you to get out of pain? Your first step to becoming pain-free should be to order the 3-week quick start for the discounted price of only $19.95. Go to relieffactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF to find out more about this offer. Feel the difference.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Something new. Stop. Drop. Shut down. Open up shop.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio on AM 560. The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio with a troublemaker who brought trouble today. And we got Kelvin, welcome back to Black and Right.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Woo, what do I hear? Man?
Yeah.
Are we mascots again?
Yeah, we're mascots.
Rhetoric that I don't want to hear ever, okay? Now, he said Republicans are stupid. Let me give you the Republican mantra once again. Our rights come from God, not man. We believe in personal responsibility for our family and for our life, and we like small government to stop taxes. That's it. Now, when you say Republicans are stupid and they start talking about blacks and blacks have father absence and things like that, yes, those are issues with the blacks, but who are you talking about, bro? Right. What Republican are you talking about? See, on the left side, the Democrats always say if you don't have a seat at the table, then you own the menu.
That's right.
Blacks have always been on the menu from the Democrats. They don't put businesses in there.
Nope.
They put programs.
Yep.
Programs don't raise money.
Nope.
Then you say, okay, it's about, and I agree with my brother when he said it is about putting money in people's pockets, but I got to add something to it. It's about putting money in people's pocket and keeping money in people's pocket. So we got to talk about income statement, balance sheet, cash flow, business startup, investment opportunity, not this putting us black. And please don't refer me to Ray, bro.
No,
I don't even know Ray.
No, I'm just talking about, you know what I'm talking about, what's going on in the black community. People getting shot every day, all week. And guess what? Black people, the only person you see is that big head dude, Holmes, Andrew Holmes. He on every TV station. But other than that, black people just move on with their life.
Andrew, though.
He cool.
I love him.
But I'm saying, that's the only dude that you see.
Okay, now here's my point, okay? We take in subjectively cynical issues, right? Because they're just subjective. Because where exactly is the black community? See, now we go down them hoods. I guarantee you see a white boy sitting on the corner holding a give me sign.
Yeah.
Well,
See,
I told you that
back in our day.
But I told you it's
wait, Vaughn, let him finish.
Okay.
Right. Remember back in our day in the hood?
Yeah.
White boys had the fires weed, remember?
Yep.
Right.
So that means there was some white folks in that area too. So it's not predominantly black or the black community, things like that. It's middle to low income communities that is being oppressed by the policies that Democrats put out.
I'm sorry, I gotta disagree with you. It's always been white liberals, like that white boy you talking about, that knows how to come and blend in. They say nothing. If you tell them to gangbang, they gonna gangbang right along with you.
But I think you missed his point.
No, I know his point. I know his point. But what he but listen.
No, his point is
I know.
You just overlooked the whole
No, I didn't.
aspect.
The balance sheets, and I heard all of that. Yeah, at least he has a message to appeal to the middle class black. What I've been talking about for 2 weeks, the working class black and the working poor. People need to know how to save their money for the future.
They're more white working poor.
But what about the welfare? Now I didn't even want to talk about the welfare recipient. What about the welfare recipient? You just gonna write them off? They get money from the government.
Wait. Let me respond. How did those welfare recipients come about? Let's go back to the 80s, brother. Those corner stores were black owned.
Yep.
Those cab companies were black owned. I come from Milwaukee, North Side, Milwaukee. 87, when I left, all of those businesses were black owned.
Right, that's all.
Now, it was BS Democrat policies that gave the Saudi Arabia people access to our community so we can go to the Middle East and fight and put those Saudi Arabian stores to bring competition to the black community.
It was called the Free Trade Agreement. That's what it was called.
Exactly. But did they put them on their side of town? No, they didn't.
No.
Second thing is when you start talking about the welfare or the welfare recipient, they started that because look at your churches and the affordable housing program. Look at your urban leagues. Look at your NAACPs. They are all grant-driven, grant-funded. So fathers was forced out of the house because she sold out.
Okay, bro. Now we gotta have a back and forth. Okay, I understand all that. We know the history. I gotta do you like I used to do, Phil. We don't need the history lesson. All right.
Okay.
I'm talking about right now. How do we help people? Every caller from that dude Joel to now you is skipping over the fact of 75% of the fathers are out of the home now. And if you didn't know, 12 to 13 years ago they changed that policy. Now both parents can be on welfare, living in the house. Okay, that's been over with for 12 years. Okay, so let me tell you some real stuff. How do you help 75% of broken homes now?
Valon, what happens if they don't want the help though?
What if they don't want the help? Then they want to be on welfare. You can't change that.
I got an answer for that, bro.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
I ain't gonna be bold enough to call black and white and don't have one.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Kelvin.
First off, okay, you got to penetrate the school system that is indoctrinating. Okay.
True.
Second of all, you do Myers-Briggs and get talent assessments in those areas. Third thing is you do more business development. Okay. Business development based on the talent that's in those areas and start more entrepreneurship with a underlining investment.
How do you do that?
Okay.
You got 30 seconds. You got to go to break.
Okay. One, require everybody. If you got housing, then you require couples to stay together or both move. Second, make your business plans, make the investments, take the time, teach the stock market, teach the talent, teach business, open up businesses.
Okay. Well, Kelvin, thank you for standing up for me with Phil saying, this is what Phil said. John, you have a job to do. Have a job to do as you enjoy your position in the system of racism, white supremacy. It's your show only as long as you told to the line you're entrenched. Phil, that's a lie. And if I was an offendable person, that would offend me, but it doesn't offend me. You have every right to that opinion, but that's just your opinion and your facts, not the truth. So thanks so much, Kelvin, for calling us, brother.
You take it easy, brother.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
I'm a physician. I've been in practice for 40 years. And when I started taking this, I don't like medicines, and I probably have taken more people off medicine than I put on it. And so I looked at it, and it's pretty much a natural element. And there's no question in my mind, knowing a lot of patients, that people my age, 60 and over, do not eat right. And they certainly don't get the appropriate nutrients through the vegetables, fruits, and things like that. So I think that it supplies the building blocks that your body normally would use to heal itself. And if you don't get them, you don't heal right. So it's amazing. I mean, I'm doing what I did 2 years ago.
Start your journey to better health. Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com to get free shipping. And don't forget to get 35% off your first preferred order by using discount code CHICAGO.
Small businesses need an advantage to gain success these days. For many small businesses in Chicagoland, that's Salem Surround. AM 560 The Answer's in-house digital agency that works with hundreds of small businesses just like yours. Here's how Salem Surround is helping one local business thrive.
This is Vince DePaul, owner of Your House Real Estate Academy in Bloomingdale. We've been working with Salem Surround for 3 years now. Their full-service marketing team created a digital plan designed to generate new students. They've helped to demystify pay-per-click marketing and create brand awareness with display media that reaches our primary market. If you're interested in becoming a real estate broker, start your career at yourhouseacademy.com today.
Salem Surround connects your business with potential customers at every stage of their path to purchasing your product. Want to grow your business? Visit surroundchicago.com. That's surroundchicago.com.
And now, more Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
All right, Phil, repeat, can we cut the music? Because I want to say something real quick. Valon, one of the reasons why I never like to use percentages is because how do you determine 70% of what number? There's what, 12, 13 million black people in the United States of America? So you're saying 70% of 13 million people or 70? How do you determine what's a broken home? I mean, see, this is why I have issues anytime I hear a percentage. I want real raw data numbers showing me of 13 million black people, because I'm telling you, there are more success stories than brokenness in the black community, but that's not highlighted. That's my point. That's what I'm going to harp on until the day they take me off of radio. I'm sorry, go.
I got you. I'm not going to capitalize on that because we ain't got that much time. Okay, the people that buy weed, this is where your taxes go. Okay, they have programs, the government programs. Your taxes go to inmate health and substance abuse, your women's health, formerly incarcerated.
Yeah, that was part of the deal, though.
Okay. Inmate incarceration justice, women's housing that was formerly incarcerated, and to clear minor weed offenses, and the government takes 50% to implement these programs.
That was part of making marijuana legal. If you read the cannabis when it became law.
And I don't want to forget, it goes to LGBTQ programs.
Yeah. Well, what does that have to do with marijuana?
Hey, that's this. Oh, well, you know what? Because me and Ricky was talking about this. It was to put resources into the black community to help build the black community back up and help black people.
Yeah. Hey, really quickly, we got about repeat. How much time we got left? We got about 2 minutes left. I want to go through because we didn't get into the Dave Chappelle. Yeah. I want to go into it just really quickly. I'll pay the quickest bites, and then I'll leave the last one because I thought the last one was so key and so important. Here's Dave Chappelle on Saturday Night Live. My first time watching it, I don't know how long. Here's Dave Chappelle. Oh, nothing's going on. Hold on. Maybe if I turn it on in here, it'll work. Here we go.
But before I start tonight, I just wanted to read a brief statement that I prepared. I denounce anti-Semitism in all its forms. And I stand with my friends in the Jewish community. And that, Kanye, is how you buy yourself some time.
Eddie, continue.
And early in my career, I learned that there are two words in the English language that you should never say together in sequence. And those words are the and Jews. I've never heard someone do good after they said that. He said, I can say anti-Semitic things, and Adidas can't drop me. Now what? Adidas dropped that immediately.
You notice no one had a problem with him saying the N-word? He said it multiple times, too.
But black people
That was okay.
Black people can say that.
But I'm saying that was okay.
Yeah.
And I'll leave you with this because I thought this was very important. Dave Chappelle is an artist, and how he crafts words. Listen to what he has to say, Valon.
It shouldn't be this scary to talk about anything. It's making my job incredibly difficult. And to be honest with you, I'm getting sick of talking to a crowd like this. I love you to death. And I thank you for your support. And I hope they don't take anything away from me. Whoever they are.
Can we stop the cancel culture? Can we stop the cancel culture? I don't have to agree with what you say, but we have this thing called the First Amendment where we can speak about certain things without being canceled. Guys, thank you so much. Repeat, love to see you, Valon. Guys, see you next week. Valon's filling in on December 3rd.
Yes,
you don't want to miss it. See you next week, guys.
Hi, this is Carl Amari.
I'm Lisa Wolf. Join us every Saturday night beginning at 8